Hello and welcome to The Politics Social. It's just me at the moment. It's just me on my Billy Lonesome, but it's fine. I will be joined, I hope, presently by other people from the Politics Social team. But before I am, I'll just... Oh, hello. Oh my God, I've disappeared. I've been replaced by a doctor, a Doctor Who, I think. Oh my God, what is going on? And she seems to
live
be...
yet?
Yeah, we're live. We're going out. And for some reason, no one can see me anymore. I think I have to change the view to put
my
show
green screen has
self-view.
gone reverse.
I'm here now. Yeah, your face is being green screened. Oh, you've gone. You come back. No, this is like that court case where they went and they turned up as a cat or something.
Where is the green screen button? Where's the green screen button on Zoom?
On Zoom, it's in the video settings. You're gonna have to sort out. There you go. Now we have green behind you. That's good. Right. Instead of inside you and making you look like you're inside out or something. Like if yeah.
Where is that? What is going on? I'll sort it.
You can sort that out while I'm just saying hello to everyone. Not anyone's fault, but my own. Because I stupidly didn't send anyone the link till far too late.
That's okay.
Oh, there we go. That's gone even worse now. We've all disappeared now. There we go. It minimized for some reason.
Right.
Anyway, is anyone else joining us tonight on the show? Do you know?
There was lots of people going, "Oh, I'm tired. I'm
worn out." I'm gonna have to do it like this. You're gonna have to sort out that greeting reading. Oh, there you go. That's it. You've got a nice mix now. I can see you in the TARDIS.
There's something wrong with it. There's something wrong with the Zoom. Copyright cleared background. There you go.
Oh, we're having technical problems today. Rachel said to the watcher from Doctor Who, only fans will understand. Only real fans will understand. I'm just going to make the picture a little bit better so you can see both of us because we're being a little bit cropped out there. Sorry about that. So, how's it going? Are you feeling a bit more worried about
killing all the
things?
dogs. They're killing all the dogs.
They're eating them, the cats and the dogs. Like Alf. Yeah. If anyone remembers Alf in the 1980s.
He went full Christopher Walken. You know, what New York? Killing all the dogs.
Yes. They're eating them. They're eating the dogs. Anyway, should we say hello to everyone in the chat? Because I feel like we're neglecting them a little bit. Hello, everyone in the chat. If you'd like to join the chat, it's really simple. Just hit the subscribe button and wait for 30 seconds, and then you can join the chat. Hang on. I'm going to cough. You keep talking while I cough.
Oh, dear. That's not good. You need to get that looked at. Something needs...
I've had it looked at.
Looked at again.
They keep going. You got a cough, and that's it.
That's it.
Doesn't
feel
not great. Okay, David Crockett is in the chat. We've got Billy Kershaw in there. We've got David Hardo. You've gone. You come back. You're now a brick wall.
I'm fixing the problem.
Now you look tiny because the bricks are really big.
I'll fix that next.
You look like a borrower.
I'm going to get them.
We've entered the world of Alice in Wonderland. Rachel in Wonderland.
So close to fixing this problem. There you go. Look, hey. No fuzziness. There you go.
Yeah, the time traveler. I like it. Serendipity Journey is saying, "Good evening, Badger peeps." Scott is saying, "Who would have thought in the second decade of the 21st century we'd be living in a world of such shite state in its created days?" Well, yeah, not many. Pollinator, the reason we're so badger mad here is because all our pets get eaten. I heard Trump say so. It must be true. Yeah, absolutely. Only in Springfield, Ohio. They're eating the pets. He's doubled down on it now, you know.
Yeah, he has. Because he's been traveling around with that QAnon conspiracy woman. She's been on the one that Marjorie Taylor Greene was saying, yes. Hey, that's a bit much.
Yes. Who I wish you could get a photo. If more people come so I can dick around on my computer while I'm talking to everyone, I'll try and find this. Someone did a post on Threads saying that she had sort of turned into the Jigsaw Kiddle? The Jigsaw Killer from the movie Saw. Hello! We've got a Scott. A wild Scott has appeared. Let's try and get him in the Pokeball. Hey, there we go. Done it.
Laura Loomer? Laura Loomer. He's been
Laura Loomer. She's turning into the Jigsaw Killer in the Saw movies. Oh, Wayne's here as well. Oh, brilliant. It's getting better and better. Everyone's turning up. Now, I need to mention.
Graham was getting worried. He thought he was going to be stuck with me.
No, I don't. I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind. It's just that Wayne did threaten to come along tonight with his brand new shiny internet. Look at his shiny. Yeah. Look how shiny it is. It's amazing. The brilliance of his internet is astounding. I've got to mention a few times tonight that we're doing a talk at the Ship Mitre pub in Liverpool during the Labour conference. It's a fringe event, unofficial fringe event. And you're all welcome to come along. It is free entry, but there's a suggested donation if you want to help us pay people's train fares. It's going to be me and Femi and Mike Galsworthy and Peter Corr of the National Jean March, which is taking place the following weekend in London. And I'm going to be one of the speakers at that. So if you want to come to that, there's a link in the description. So you can just click on the link and you can get a ticket. There's only about 50 tickets, so you better be fast. One Angry Pagan. Badgers don't actually go after pets for food. That's just a rumor. Badgers aren't bothered by cats and dogs. Make the mistake of doing so. Well, I mean,
it's just Americans that do that.
They are the biggest carnivore in the UK.
They eat the dogs.
They eat the dogs. The dogs.
They eat the dogs. They're eating the cats.
Yeah. Looney Laura Loma. Australians ABC press Planet America have done a full fact check on the dog eating thing and the root of the conspiracy. Hey, listen. We just had word in from the Pope. Pope, whatever fuck his name is, and he said, get this, that it's going to be the people have to pick the lesser of two evils between Donald Trump and Kamala Harris. Okay. The lesser of two evils. So there's a rapist, and a woman who happens to be black.
So which one is the lesser two evils for the Pope?
He didn't say. In his weird little twisty Pope head.
I thought Popes had to say apolitical.
Right? Yeah, they don't have a great history of that, the Popes.
No,
but like modern day Popes.
No. I'm just looking forward to the day that any of these fuckers die, right? And then they get to heaven, right? And they're trying to get in at the pearly gates, and there's St. Peter, sitting there with his ledger, and he's like, "Oh, sorry, you can't come in." And they're like, "Why?" He says, "Because you were rich." And then they're going to have to explain to St. Peter how the fuck a guy who wears clothes made of gold, who lives in a freaking palace, a fortified palace in the middle of the most expensive part of Europe, Rome, isn't rich.
No,
it was all the people's money, mate. It wasn't my money.
I'll tell you what's going to happen. So, like, when the Pope goes over and he goes up to St. Peter, so, "Oh, you want to get into heaven, do you, boy?" Right. He just pulls up his robe. Your turn now.
The agnostics to the front. Agnostics to the front. We loved your playing the bets. Come on. Come on, let you come.
Yeah, like the old Rowan Atkinson skit. He's like, atheists, he's the devil, isn't he, in hell? Atheists, yeah, you over there. Yep, not so fucking smug now, are we? And he goes, like, adulterers, murderers, lawyers, yeah. And then at the end, he's gone through this whole list of people that are there, and he's like, Christians. Yeah, a bit of a shock, I know, but the Jews were right. Anyway, right, Christine Cash, thank you very much for the cash, Christine. Can't get there from Atlanta, but here's my contribution, $20 US. Thank you so much for that, Christine. Really appreciate it. And Tim Ballum says, did CH lock up RC priests? Did Kamala Harris, I guess, KH, lock up Roman Catholic priests? Is that why she might be evil? She might be a greater evil than Donald Trump, a convicted rapist.
The lesser of two weebles.
An adjudicated rapist and a convicted felon.
I don't get how she's evil, but okay.
She's a woman. Eve was weak! Put your filthy pillows away, woman!
Dirty pillows.
Dirty pillows, sorry.
All time.
Sorry. Away with your dirty pillows!
They'll see your dirty pillows.
Eve was weak! Anyway, my new favourite skit for Elon Musk is Sissy SpaceX.
Sissy SpaceX is
spelled CIS, like cisgender. Sissy SpaceX.
Yeah.
Come on, you gotta love that, Scott. Come on.
And he's now a resident perv after his tweet to Taylor Swift.
Yes. Oh my God. Where he asks her very nicely if it would be okay if he rapes her. Yeah. What the fuck? And like, why is this man still allowed to be in the public sphere? Why haven't we dug a big fuck off hole and pushed him in it? Come on.
He's a billionaire, mate. That's it. Billionaires just like who's this?
Can I make a suggestion?
You know the twat who's just donated another donation to the Tory party.
Yes, the racist. Yeah. Hester. Uncle Fester Hester.
Right, guys, stay on a subject.
Yeah.
He's a miserable little shit, isn't he? He's given 20 million to the Tory party and he's a massive racist.
Yes, the racist.
Yep.
Yeah. And Kemi's like, oh no, it's taken out of context. Oh,
well.
Kemi's got such great morals. I was shocked.
But the Pope has literally called Kamala Harris evil. He said lesser of two evils, and I don't mind him calling Trump evil because Trump demonstrably is evil. But like, I mean, compared with some of the lunatics running this planet at the moment, no, not on my ledger. She's down as not evil.
Not evil.
No.
I don't get it. I don't get why he would even say that. Like,
I don't know. I don't know. I think he's just sitting there eating Ferrero Rocher all day. I don't know. It's gone to his head. El Maestro.
And small children.
El Maestro says, I just want to say I love Rachel's background. Just a girl from Gallifrey. Is that the fifth Doctor's TARDIS? Is that?
I have to say, I thought it might have been a switch over from John Pertwee to Tom Baker, but I might be wrong. But that's what I thought it was. But if I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
Are the wicker tables in the background part of the actual? Was that really part of the set?
I think the cameraman needed to sit down between scenes. That's what But it's copyright free.
It's like this really futuristic background that these very old 70s style sort of wicker tables.
It's this background because it's copyright free on Zoom, you see? Yeah.
Back in the day when they didn't have like proper tools to make sophisticated backgrounds and whatnot.
Yeah. Well, I like the bit that you can see the top of the set up just there.
Yeah.
It's fine. It looks like the roof of the TARDIS.
It looks like it could be the roof of the TARDIS, though. Yeah.
It's
like, I don't think they make enough about how big the TARDIS is. In my Doctor Who fan script that I've written,
I'll show you how big my TARDIS is.
It ends with thousands of people piling into the TARDIS to get off the planet before they all get killed. And it shows how big it is. You don't have to show them all in the TARDIS. You just show them all going in, like thousands of people, and you're like, shit, the TARDIS is big.
It's like the clown car, isn't it?
Yeah.
You never see how big it is. You only see the control room. You don't see all the other stuff. Apparently, there's a jacuzzi in there, according to the 11th Doctor. Hey, we've got a Darren. Wild Darren has appeared. Hello, Darren. How you doing, mate?
Hello there. Yeah, not bad. Not bad.
Yeah. Have you spoken to Phil?
Different bias.
Yeah. Phil, you and Ollie, you're going to do a show called The Three Yorkshiremen, we've decided. It's going to be you three. Right. Just going, bloody hell, trouble at mill, bloody Tories, eh? Like that.
Gray, have you got enough money for the subtitles we're going to need?
Yeah, good luck, Google auto-transcribe.
Yeah. Yes, we're going to be doing it in my back hole.
Yeah.
You're going to be doing it in your what? Your back hole?
Yes.
That's what that was more Scots territory.
Yeah. No, it's what we used to call it, the place where we put all the coal in, for coal fire,
Coal.
The back hole.
Put it in your back hole. Yeah, so when the man came round with his massive sack, you'll say to him, just stick it in me back hole.
Yeah, stick it in my back hole. Yeah. Just put the load in my back hole, please.
Did your mum occasionally say that? That's so... okay, it's
Scott, calm down.
I'm fine. I'm okay. Don't worry. I'm not horny at every suggestion of gay sex. Okay.
You're also strange.
I am a fucking adult.
Anyway, thousands of people piling into Scott's TARDIS. That's from Lee Coyne. What?
I'll show you how big my TARDIS is.
Where's Aid? Aid's supposed to be here. Yeah?
He said
he's my big TARDIS.
He's falling asleep on the sofa, isn't he?
Oh, are you kidding me? That's your trick, Wayne.
Gimmick infringement.
I had to do the antisocial, didn't I? I did the Labour antisocial one week because Wayne was supposed to be on the show with me and he fell asleep.
Oh yeah.
So it's just me on my own. On me Billy Loton, but it's fine. It's fine. Anyway, did I mention that we're doing a live show on well, this is a live show. I mean, live in-person show a week on Monday in Liverpool at the Ship Mitre. Have I mentioned that? I might mention it again.
I think you mentioned it.
Okay.
This morning or this afternoon.
I wish I could be there. Sorry, I can't. I wish I could go.
It's fine. Liverpool's a long way for people from London. You'll get a nosebleed once you get north of Birmingham.
It's not that bad.
Yeah.
How long does it take on a train?
2 hours and 7 minutes from London.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you got a good tailwind.
Because we've got sails on the trains over here.
Yeah. Alec Barrett quite rightly says, thank you very much for the super chat, mate. What a load of faff. Yeah. I assume that he's talking about what we're talking about. I don't know. Thanks anyway. Cheers for the £2. TARDIS is a control room set used from 1977 to 1983, so that would be the Fifth Doctor.
So the one in chairs.
So what are we counting? Are we going? So William Hartnell, Patrick Thornton, and then you're into John Pertwee, Tom Baker. So you're saying this is Peter Davison?
Yeah, Peter Davison. All creatures great and small.
Yep.
All aliens great and small. All dimensions great and small. You see, this
nerds.
I still remember that episode of All Creatures Great and Small where he had his arm all the way up a cow's backside and he went pulled it all out. And I think I've had nightmares about it ever since. That messed me up more than aliens.
Well, I have a story for you. There was this one.
Oh, here we go.
It didn't take long, did it?
Yeah.
He didn't even have a glove on.
We're 2019 minutes in.
Maybe I'll tell that to you guys later once we go off time.
I'd rather you didn't.
Well, I can just show you, Wayne, if you want.
You're all right. You're all right, mate.
I was hoping to make a visit to your TARDIS.
Many people do, mate. Many people do.
Band of Harp Jays is saying an actual reality event in Liverpool. Yes, an actual reality event.
Real people.
Yeah, the four Yorkshiremen. The four Yorkshiremen. We're getting some technical information here. I didn't say it was Monty Python because I know it wasn't originally not Monty Python, although they took it and ran with it. The Four Yorkshiremen sketch was originally on the At Last, the 1948 show, which predated Monty Python by a year, I think.
I want to know, because I'm a southerner, what happened to East Yorkshire? That's the bit that's missing, right? You've got three.
No, there's East Riding of Yorkshire, isn't there?
Is it?
Yeah,
I thought there was 83.
There's four Yorkshires.
Is there four Yorkshires?
I don't know. Let's ask the resident Yorkshireman. Darren, are there four Yorkshires?
Well, I'm in West Yorkshire.
Yeah,
right.
There's North, South,
West,
and East Riding.
As far as you got.
It's called East Riding of Yorkshire. Oh, someone to correct us in the chat.
As far as I know, yeah. I'm sure
told one of them was missing. You only got North.
East and South, and well, it's so
well, there was never a North Saxony, so you've got Essex, Sussex, Wessex, but there was never a Nessex.
Yeah,
there's no East Virginia in America. There's West Virginia. There's no North Sudan. There's a South Sudan, but no North.
Yeah,
it's just Sudan.
Because I know nothing about geography of the UK because I'm a time traveler and I only know Kent, right? Because that's where I come into. The North. I mean, obviously, Lancashire was a new one on me a couple of weeks ago. That was exciting. I didn't know that existed next to Yorkshire. And then I discovered this little county called Avon, which is tiny. Have you seen this little Avon? It's like Avon, Blake, you killed me. Tiny county, which is just down on the left.
Isn't that where Stratford-on-Avon is?
Yeah, that's a river.
It's a river.
But that's not the name of the county, is it?
No.
There's a little.
Sure Avon is a river. It's Stratford-on-Avon.
As you come up from Cornwall, Devon, Dorset, that lot. when it just crusts in below. I thought there was
the best one is Rutland. There's Rutland. There's only 3 people and a cat live there. I've got some super chats. Woo! Christine Cash, quite rightly pointing out that we've entered the sci-fi portion of the evening quite early. Yeah, well, got to get it out of the way. Net Girl Jimmy, thank you very much for the $10. Just glad to know there are other folks in other countries that understand what a giant dingleberry the orange one is. Love from the US. Love back, right back at you. I'm working my way back to you, the USA. It's a long process.
Yeah,
I've been to some naughty places. I've done some naughty things. Uncle Sam
would have been easier.
Not happy with me. I've got to go down to the embassy. Pay me.
What we're going to do?
I've got to pay me 30 pieces of silver. Get down on my knees. Do what I have to do. Get back into America.
What we're going to do is Scott's going to go back home, but Graham's going to be in his TARDIS. So that's why.
You can borrow mine.
Yes, that's exactly what's going to happen. I mean, with the grief that Graham's gone through, it actually probably would have been a lot easier for us to just get married.
It probably would have been less paperwork, mate. Less paperwork.
Yeah, but I
wouldn't have to declare every charity I've ever given money to in my entire life in alphabetical order.
You wouldn't have had to do that if we'd got married.
Chronological order. Have you ever given money to charity? Yes. Which charities? List them now. I'm 45.
God.
What the
fuck? What are you
going to
write? The Taliban?
I know I'm going to turn up at this interview and they're like...
What are you going to say? I gave money to the Russian mafia.
I just put down UNHCR and WaterAid, because that's recorded on Wikipedia or something, that I raised money for them. But I was just like... What did he say to me? Oh, you tight bastard. Why don't you give more money to charity, eh? We're not letting you into our country.
You gave it to a really nefarious organization. So
they want to know what your dad's profession.
Are you going to admit that? You know what I mean? Oh, well, I gave money to the Taliban once, and then I gave money to the Russian mafia, and then the Yakuzas. Do you know what I mean? What do you, No,
but we spoke about this before, didn't we? They used to have a little piece of paper that you filled out when you came in, and it said, "Are you coming here to commit terrorism?" And you'd go, "No." And then, if you did, they'll be like, "But you said you wouldn't." You bastard! You lied to us. You lied.
I know. It's crazy.
Why would that even be an option, though? Are you coming here to commit terrorism? Oh, you sussed me out. Yeah.
You found me out. It's too bad.
Right. Why do you ask these difficult questions?
Well, we've got some difficult answers. We've got some difficult answers come through. Yes, Avon used to exist, Rachel. So you're half right. It's included current Bristol City, South Gloucester, and North East Somerset.
I must have come back in a different time zone. That's
so there you go. That would be it. So north of us used to be Northumbria, and now it's Northumberland. George, thank you very much for the £2 super chat. I hear extraterrestrials are being eaten by Ohio nuns. Yes.
Wow.
They're eating the aliens.
Yeah.
The dogs.
I think that's true fact, and we can stand by that. Yeah. Everyone on Politics Social.
They're eating the aliens, alien pets.
Yeah,
eating them.
Doing gender reassignment on aliens.
Yeah. I'm just wondering if we keep saying Donald Trump talking points, do you think the super chats will get more super chats?
Yeah. I mean, if we just slag him off, people love it when we slag him off.
If we pretend we're a right-wing channel, we'll get £1 million to talk Russian rubbish.
Oh yeah, let's just do some Russian subversion. Yeah, Brexit's a great idea. Don't vaccinate your children. I mean, why do you want them to live?
This
gender reassignment happening in high schools, right?
Yes.
No. Also in care homes.
Care homes. Yeah.
And
prisons. There are these people coming over and they're being arrested.
There
are terrorists, Scott. There are terrorists coming from Guatemala. They are eating cats and dogs, being put in prison and given sex changes.
All those prisoners that were released, they all had gender reassignment treatment.
I knew it.
I came from
because we just came out to be alive in America.
I came from Alpha Centauri. I landed on this planet, and they did gender reassignment on me. I can't leave.
But in America, right? You have to pay $35 for your insulin, but if you want gender reassignment, you get it free in high school.
Yeah,
it's free.
Yeah.
And you get shit in a litter box.
Yeah. And also that story about them eating the dogs and the cats is all true, because do you know how I know? Mr. Burns from Springfield told me.
Yeah, exactly.
Very true. Did you see that clip? That was brilliant. Can we get that?
I've seen a few videos now where obviously they've had like bloggers and people like that who live there have just gone out and started asking the people like, what the hell? And there are actual people that have stood there and go, oh yeah, no, it's happening.
Oh my god!
I've absolutely.
Mike's here. Hello, Mike. How you doing?
Hi, Mike.
Hello, Graham. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. We can see you. Although you look like you're about to give us, you're quite dimly lit. You look like you're the evil mastermind.
Yeah, you really look like you live in a very dark place.
Yeah, he's going to tell us what to do.
And Scott likes that.
He's got instructions for us.
I love all that. That's.
He's going to give us. He's going to give us a message. It's going to self-destruct in 30 seconds.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm in that London in a really lovely, huge, great, genuine warehouse flat with no lights that I know how to work.
Oh wow! You get a fake one like me.
What part of London are you in?
Don't
say what part of London you're in. But
no, I'm not. I'm not going to say that. But
are you north, south, east, or west?
I'm just north of the river, and I can see the Millennium
Dome.
How
awful!
From here.
No one likes to be north of the river.
It's amazing.
Yeah, south is where it's at.
Really? There's no tube stations in the south.
I am genuinely surprised by the whole area around City Hall, etc.
I know exactly where you are from what you just said.
Wayne, stop doxing Mike live on the telly.
I didn't say anything.
It's my fault.
Friends don't dox friends.
About the dogs.
Anyway, Alec Berra ages ago gave a super chat, and this is how long ago it was. He says, "Fun fact: Edinburgh used to be an English city in the Kingdom of Northumbria." So there you go. Little fun fact there. I don't know that's just to wind any Scottish people up, because it would wind me up if I was Scottish. I'd be like, no. It'd be like saying that Liverpool was part of Yorkshire. I'd be like, no. We won the War of the Roses.
Liverpool's part of Manchester.
What? How dare you? How very dare you? Take the name of my city out of your filthy mouth.
It's all the same.
It's basically like the Alaska of Manchester.
Wayne, are you coming up? Wayne, are you coming up for the Liverpool Labour conference?
I'm going to try to. I've got to book it off work.
Oh, book it off work. So it's the Sunday, it's the Monday, it's the Tuesday, it's the Wednesday. But I mean, you only need to come up for one day. I'll be up. State your Mars.
I know you've told me the dates, but I've forgotten already.
What are the dates? Is it the 23rd, 24th, 25th or something?
It starts on Sunday the 22nd, which is a week on Sunday, and it goes through till Wednesday, which is the 25th.
That works for me.
Our thing is on the 23rd at 7:30 in the evening. We're going to have Femi, we're going to have Mike Galsworthy, we're going to have Peter Corr, we're going to have me, and maybe some other people that you might know off the internet. And it's going to be, we're taking over the top room in a pub, an old, a beautiful Art Deco pub called the Ship Mitre, which is a continuous winner of the Camera Best Real Ale pub for the whole of the North.
23rd's a Monday, isn't it?
23rd is a Monday, so it's Monday night. So, if you're around Liverpool, don't come all the way from London if you're not like, You're
I'm not coming from that there, London. I'm coming from Essex, bro.
Same thing, mate. Same
pretty
thing.
much London by the sea, innit, really?
All right. Okay, here's a question for you, Wayne. Right, so you know how you can tell the difference between a Scouser and a man because they've got different accents, right?
Yeah.
How'd you tell the difference between a Londoner and an Essexer?
Oh, here we go.
Come on, there must be something that you say. Like, Australians and New Zealanders. So if you ask an Australian to count to 10, they'll count to 10. If you ask a New Zealander, they'll count to 10. And if they say 10, then you know they're a New Zealander. And they also say sex instead of six.
Like what's his name? Zane Lowe.
Zane Lowe.
Well, Essex is just full of fake cockneys, really, now.
I nearly got into a fight with Zane Lowe once in Bristol at the Great Escape Festival because I accused him of stealing my hip flask at the Leeds Festival a couple of weeks earlier. And he went, I wasn't even at the Leeds Festival. And I went, where you were? We were there. We were there at the Mighty Boosh and you stole my hip flask. And he's like, I've got no idea what you're talking about. But do you know what? I think there was a little bit of him going, was I? Was I there with this guy? He wasn't, just for the record. He didn't steal my hip flask. Still, he looked like he stole it.
Graham was drunk and delusional at the time.
Yeah, just that's standard. Standard stuff.
Bald man with a stubbly beard
Yeah.
He's a little bit short. It's got to be Zane Lowe.
Yeah. Lee says, Wayne, you effing West Ham fan, take my city's name out of your mouth, slap. There you go. He's from Manchester, mate. He's from Manchester.
Right.
So you're pissing off the Manx and the Scousers here.
Right.
You're not making yourself any friends. What can I say?
I'm not having this.
You're going to take your headphones off and do what? Stop.
Wayne,
I'll be back in a minute.
Oh, no, he's going off.
I'm with you. It's basically West Liverpool and East Liverpool, isn't it? Manchester.
There is no West Liverpool. West Liverpool is the Mersey. It's like a half circle. If you're in West
Liverpool,
don't know.
All right, 2 seconds.
You're underwater. No.
How far away? How far away from Watford is this place that we're talking about?
Yeah, it sounds a long way. Watford Sea.
Yeah.
Right.
It's 3 days ride.
Pretty far.
3 days ride. A few days on the old canals through Birmingham.
That's why we don't leave King's Landing.
Lots of locks
down here.
Well, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Right, because there'll be robbers on the road.
I tell you what, that's something that's missing from the world of Westeros, isn't it? Canals. They don't have canals. How do they not have canals? We've had canals for like hundreds of years. You just need to dig a ditch. It's not that hard. They know how to do that because they can build a big basilica. You have to build
right.
Winter. It was probably the winter.
Super chatter, come back. Let me see how much of a West Ham fan
I am. How many teams do you support?
He got changed. Sorry, I didn't notice. What's this say on your shirt? I'm all right. Fly better. Okay. Right, Alan Poe, thank you very much for the £5 super chat, my friend. Jesus Christ, a clip of the child killed in the school bus crash in Springfield, telling GOP to stop using his child's name for political reasons was heartbreaking. Oh, did you see the father of the child killed? Did you see that?
No.
Because they kept on. So there was a kid who was killed in Ohio, and it was an immigrant who was drunk or whatever. I don't know what the details were, but the kid died as a result of what this immigrant did. And the GOP, the Genital Obsessed Party, were using this as a thing to bash the Democrats with. Oh, there's people coming over and killing our children. The kid's dad made this speech saying, "Stop it! Like stop invoking the name of my child when you're talking about your vile politics. He never stood for that.
That's disgusting.
Yeah,
they have no shame.
They have no shame. They have no base. They keep talking about Donald Trump's base, and I'm like, there is no base.
It's false. When you talk about the debate itself, I mean, she obviously won it, but the moment he started talking about the dogs, it was over.
Yeah,
like. There's no way he's coming back from that.
Yeah,
but he's been doubling down today, Scott.
He's still going to win. He's still going to win, Scott. He's still going to win. Anyway, Alan Jackson, £2 super chat. How should I cook my pet?
Not. You need to stop.
With relish.
Start this. I'm working really hard in my mind. She's gonna win. She's gonna win.
I
don't want Graham ruining my balance.
Alan, you don't need to cook your pet. How'd you make a dog a drink? Put him in the blender. How'd you get him out? With Doritos.
Oh,
it's a bit of fair.
They're drinking the dogs. They're drinking the dogs.
No, New York.
They're making salsa out of the dogs.
In Liverpool.
He put this watch up his ass.
Oh Jesus!
The show descended into dad jokes already.
God, this has gone so. Yeah, we've got no base either. We've got. No. You keep thinking we're going to hit rock bottom. But there is no rock bottom. No. Well, there is a bottom. It's just not made of rock. John C, thank you very much for the £5 super chat. Wrinkled old virgin in purple, obviously nudging the large Catholic vote towards the orange blob as Kamala is pro-choice. Yes, that's exactly what the Pope is doing for some reason. I guess. I don't know. He seemed quite reasonable compared with the last guy who spent an entire lifetime covering up for sex offenders.
Well, no, he didn't. The Vatican, the whole country's a bit fash, and let's rub off a bit.
He didn't cover up for him. He just shuffled the deck. You know what I mean?
He just moved them from one parish to the next.
Go here, you go here.
Yeah.
promoted. I think it's called a promotion normally.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, do you want to be a cardinal?
Yeah, no problem.
Not again.
Please forgive me. One Angry Pagan telling us that JD Vance has been spreading lies about the Haitians and HIV as well. Yeah. Great. Back to the old racist HIV theories. Fantastic. We've also got Vendetta saying, did you see the story about the supermodel whose boyfriend put her in the blender? Oh my God. Yes, Vendetta. And I feel really bad about making that bloody joke about a dog. I saw the headline of that. I wasn't going to read it because it just sounded a bit too absolutely grim. But there's been some really, really horrible stories of really violence against men, male violence against women.
Yeah,
it seems to be a bit of an epidemic at the moment.
The Olympian who was set on fire by her boyfriend.
Jesus.
And then the karma was a few days later he died of the injuries because he set himself on fire at the same time.
Yeah.
Dickhead.
So there was a pollster in America, and they were talking about. So this election, the incel movement was created to get women to stay at home, become property, have babies, white babies, so they didn't have to have immigrants. And that's the same strategy here, right? So that was why incels were in the movement was invented to get women to become property, no votes, have babies. But what's happened is they think the next American election will be men against women. Women will be voting Democrat and men will be voting more towards the Republican. They reckon in 5 years' time, that's how the American voting will split.
I've been saying for months, I think that's how this election's going to go anyway.
Yeah.
Anthony Scaramucci was saying today that Trump, having failed to make it a racist debate the other day, and failed to make that hit at all, that he's just going to pile in on the fact that America is a misogynistic, sexist country, like most of them are.
He'll do anything. They've tried trans. They're just working through everything they can.
Yeah.
What they've got, the haters hate more.
Yeah, it's a case of they have to create some sort of binary to polarize people, to be like, as soon as you show any allegiance with anyone, you're anti them. When in reality, all you're doing is just sort of like, if you're pro-trans, oh, you must be a lefty. It's like, well, no, I'm just like a nice person that cares about people. If you're pro-gay, oh, you must be a lefty. If you're pro sort of anti-immigration, you must be a right person. But no, there's so many nuances in it, but no one wants to dig down into the nuances. They would rather just shout at each other and call each other names, put a label on them, and you're done. Cheers, mate.
Yeah. I mean, I always think, obviously, social media is driving people to the right and to the left, and there's no middle on everything. Men against women, LGB against trans. I mean, it's splitting everybody into their corners. And I think the trouble is, I know what that's like, right? Because obviously all my content is left wing. And if I see injustice, I get more angry than I used to before because I'm watching a lot more left wing material. And I want to be on that side, don't get me wrong. But I get more, and now I see stuff that's slightly out of unfair. I get more angry about it. So you can imagine how more hateful they are when they see the wokey stuff that they consider wokey on our side. Because if it's affecting me and making me more,
I mean, if you was to draw like a Venn diagram between the six of us that are on screen right now, there'd be so many things that we would not agree on. But the thing that we would
the Arsenal shirt, Wayne.
Yeah, you voting Tory. You voting Tory.
All right, Mike, I'm still waiting for them pictures, you prick.
Yeah, I know. Well, that means you've got to be nice to me, doesn't it? So,
Nah. You're in that there London, mate. You're in my sights.
Oh,
now.
I am.
That's fine.
I am literally just down the road from you, Wayne. So,
yeah, exactly. I'll
keep an eye out the many windows here to see if you turn up.
To see a yellow Capri come your way, he's found you.
Rolling over my bonnet.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
We're getting some the chat's gone mad because we're changing the subject so much, and the chat's like a little bit of a lag between we're laughing about some of it. Absolutely horrible is in the chat going, hey, did you see about this horrible thing that happened? But Christopher Bowles is saying a fellow Christopher, a walking impression telling us how Natalie Wood wound up in the sea would be rock bottom. So do you know the story behind this? Do you know about Natalie Wood, the actress, 1981. She was on a boat.
Oh,
her
Natalie
husband,
Wood,
Robert Wagner,
with
and Christopher
wife.
Walken.
She got Maxwell.
Robert Wagner. Yeah.
No, she was on the boat with her husband and Christopher Walken, and no one knows what happened.
Robert
she ended up in the water.
Robert Wagner.
Yeah. And the next day she was found a mile away or something. And she had bruises on her body. And no one's ever been done for it. And Christopher Walken might go to his grave not telling anyone what actually happened to Natalie Wood.
Oh,
it was bloody gorgeous. So
wasn't he the geezer in the Fat Boy Slim video?
Yes.
Yes, the dancer.
Yeah. He seems like an alright guy, except for the fact that, he might have been complicit in a murder.
But yeah, potential murderer. Yeah.
Potential murderer.
Cheers,
but don't forget, Ferris Bueller once literally killed a woman with his car and got away with it. Matthew Broderick
wasn't in the movie.
So did AJ Simpson.
Matthew Broderick and Jennifer Grey got skunk drunk and took a car driving around Ireland, and they literally drove into a woman and killed her, and because he was rich, he got away with it.
Yeah, whatever happened to that American, the wife of the American ambassador?
She was getting done for it. There is a trial, I think, or something.
But that's gone quiet.
She came back.
Yeah, because that's gone well quiet though.
Yeah. She put herself in front of a court, didn't she? But I think they cut a deal for her to
they always do. That's what they always do with rich people, though. They go, it goes quiet, and then we forget about it, and then nothing happens. That's what they do. Yeah. They with anybody else like us, they'll prosecute. But if you're rich, it goes, there'll be a case.
Go away.
They've been charged.
You pay people a lot of money to make it.
And then it just goes quiet, doesn't it? Michelle Moon's thing really quiet. We don't know what, it's all that. It just drifts off, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's called
that's what I want to say.
But not the way Farage
Kirsty McCall, the guy.
Yes.
I want to say, let's stop calling them billionaires and just call them oligarchs. Because if they're a Russian billionaire, we call them oligarchs. But if they're from anywhere else, we call them billionaires. No, Elon Musk is an oligarch.
That's like astronauts and cosmonauts. They're the same bloody thing.
Yeah. But I mean, the big one is when white people become live in another country, they're expats apparently. That's nice.
Anyone else is a migrant.
Everyone else is a migrant, a dirty migrant coming over here stealing our jobs, or if they're not working, stealing our benefits. And our jobs.
Stealing our jobs and our benefits at the same time.
It's crazy how these people in work get all this benefit.
Schrodinger's immigrant
to the system.
I think it's quite impressive, actually, that they managed to do that. But
me too. I wish I knew that.
I just love the fact that Brexit has just gone the absolute opposite way to what every racist knobhead voted for Brexit for, was to get rid of foreigners, and now we've got
more than ever.
We didn't get the right kind of Brexit, though, did we? Eh?
Yeah, Theresa May. Theresa May, she fucked it up for everybody.
Yeah, wrong Brexit.
Yeah, it was Theresa May subverting the will of the people.
Yeah, because if they'd done it properly, it would have been perfect and wonderful and amazing.
Scott, I'm taking offence to that accent.
Oh God, I'm taking offence at you taking offence. Anyway, what else has been happening
like the best
week?
British accent I've ever done, ever in my
Is anyone still giving Labour the benefit of the doubt, or do we all hate them now?
It's really hard not to hate them.
Anyone?
I think the pension thing's blown out. I think the pension thing's blown out.
For me, I'm just sort of like going to wait for the budget.
Okay, that's reasonable. Mike, what about you? Are you in the hate camp yet?
It's difficult. I watched your show this morning. I thought you did a valiant job.
He always does a valiant job.
It's difficult, isn't it? At the moment? I tell you what's been winding me up.
Medal.
Yeah, we've talked about this a bit before, but I'm still struggling to find the right line to still be a satirist about the government. That a government that I prefer to have.
Yeah. The lesser of the two evils, as you might say.
Because some of the stuff you sit there going, if it was Rishi Sunak or Boris Johnson saying that, what would I do? And I'd have immediately jumped on them with some snide remark. And yet I'm not quite doing that with the Labour Party. And I was wondering this morning how long it will take me.
You need to be an equal opportunity satirist.
Yeah, well, I did a cartoon about the winter fuel payment. And honestly, the vitriol I was getting from people I would regard as my people, the left, basically, it was pretty awful.
What, for making a joke? For making a joke?
Well, yeah.
For eating a succulent Chinese meal?
Satire is often not just a fart joke, is it? It was a bit heavy going, but it was, it was people saying, well, yeah, I sort of started to feel that I can sort of understand how somebody like Musk can end up going down the right-wing shill route, because you can sit there reacting to people that supposedly are on your team who are having a go at you quite angrily for what you're saying,
Well,
and I think, sorry, I just think there's finally on that. I just think we've always had this alliance of people that were opposed to Brexit and opposed to the Tories, therefore, and opposed to Trump. We've had all of that. And now a lot of those people well, what am I opposed to now? We've got a Labour government. So what am I opposed to? So they become opposed to us that support the Labour government and the Labour government.
Does that not highlight the religiosity, sorry, I can't say the word, of the left? Because there's people that are so staunch, far left, that will come for you if you attack their team and you're part of their team. They come at you harder because they're like, you can't say that.
They'll just call you a Tory red
values that they have. That's what it is. They expect you to have the same moral standards that they have, they think they have, right? And if you are not meeting their expectation, they're instantly disappointed.
And nobody ever does, because their expectation continues to move all the time.
But I think you've got a lot of, with the Greens and not so much the Greens, but with Reform and the Tory leadership, and there's a lot of satire still there to go.
Not the Greens, because I get in a lot of trouble when I ever go to the Greens, even though I still continue to do that, basically. But I think we're only in the it's like Doug was saying, we're in the first stages of Parliament. They are moving fairly quickly, but still we haven't got a lot of laws enacted yet, have we? And most of it, bringing back the Renters' Rights Bill and putting that through quickly. I'm all over
that.
We've got to stop the allowing people to get mortgages for buy-to-let. It is so morally abhorrent.
100% agree.
We're people complaining about paying taxes and that tax money being given to women and children fleeing war. Okay, that's wrong. We don't want to do that, but they do want to give it to rich people who are rich enough to afford more than one house to pay off their second mortgage. So if they've got someone in their house who's on universal credit or who's getting benefits, who's on income allowance, whatever,
the money just being
that money's going to the landlord, so it's paying off.
We are subsidising them,
We're subsidising landlords, and
we're from the taxation that happens from the rich people that goes then to the poor people that it helps prop up with rents and housing benefit and that sort of thing. It just goes right back to them.
Yeah.
So it's just a cycle. It's a recycle of money over and over again.
Well, my biggest gripe with the right to buy, it's one of my pet peeves, and it's like I've said to you before, it's a thesis of the book that I'm storyboarding. It's a case of they came in, people with money came in, took it all out of the system, didn't replace the stock, and now my landlord, don't get me wrong, he's sweet as a nut, but I've pretty much paid his mortgage off. And if I go to any mortgage company, I can show them the record of my rental payments for
that won't be enough to
get the 20 years that I've lived here. They'll turn around and say, yeah, but your credit rating shit because you defaulted on credit card payment here, did this. And I'm like, but my rent and my council tax paid every single month. And it means nothing. And I can afford it. I can show everyone. The fact that I'm still living here shows that I can afford the mortgage payments, but it means nothing.
But you'll find the same kind of anger and vitriol that you got when they said they were going to put VAT on private school fees about this, because the people who vote for the Tories and vote for Brexit and vote for themselves to become richer while everyone else becomes poorer, it's all that lot, isn't it? It's going to affect them because their kids go to private school. It's going to affect them because they own more than one property. We live in a country where there's 1 million people who haven't got anywhere to live, and yet there's millions of people who have more than one house, which I don't get that. How can one person need more than one house? How do you do that?
Do we think, is this the kind of thing that is going to come out in the budget? Because I think the budget's going to be a tipping point for people like us in terms of the support, isn't it? Because at the moment, I'm kind of hanging on and going, okay, show me a plan with some positive stuff in there as well.
Yeah.
And I'll
well, I want
to
see. I want to see the rich being taxed. You know, and we want to see little things like that.
Yeah.
But then that happens. It's going to, you know, our right wing media is going to scream and shout.
It's going to be mental.
And that's Labour's fault because they're not going to do anything about press reform. So you know they deserve to get. They're going to get shafted until they do something about Ofcom. They do something about press reform.
Yeah.
And they do. They won't. And they've said they're not going to.
Well, we don't know they're definitely not going to do something about it. And if we keep pressure on Labour to do something about press reform, it's in their interest. That's the frustrating thing. It's in their interest to do it. It's like a Tory putting in tax loopholes. It's in their interest. So why don't they do it? Oh, they do. Oh,
yeah, but what would you like to see in press reform? What would you like the press reform to be? I've got an idea what I would like, but I would like to see what you individually would like to see.
I would like to see no individual owning more than 10% of the press. I would like to see anyone who owns the press has to live in this country for 11 months of the year.
You live in the country.
Yeah, you live in the country and you pay income tax. You get paid in this country. And also, I'd like to see Ofcom have some balls so that when GB News breaks the rules for the 27th time, they're actually given a fine that shuts down GB News, or they're just giving away their TV. Like, is it a license? I don't know. The broadcasting agreement, like what we did with RT when Russia invaded Ukraine for the second time. By the way, they had already invaded in 2014, but we still allowed RT on the telly, and we still allowed Nigel Farage, that massive bollock-faced foghorn of ignorance, to be on RT every other day with his stupid moustache.
Yeah, Ipsos needs to be independent and have teeth. If a certain number of members of the public challenge an article for accuracy, this independent body finds, and then they put it on the front page for 3 days saying it was actually, and that has to happen. I think if they, I think the BBC isn't independent. 3 Tories at the top have made it go to the right. They've just recruited an anti-trans reporter. It's got problems, and that needs to be dealt with. It needs to be an independent board. It shouldn't be political. It needs to be, because people are not beginning to trust the BBC News at the moment. A lot of their output, and that's been going on for a while
now, though.
Yeah,
and that's on both sides.
I know. Yeah. I mean, everybody goes, it's too right, it's too left, but it doesn't. Because of Robbie Gibb and Tim Divvy and all that lot at the top, they need to do something about that. But Ofcom, Michael Grade is, he's got some funny views. Ofcom's not dealing with GB News. That needs to be dealt with. And the fact is that I was attacked in the papers a few times. Loads of us have, and it's like you have no comeback. The stuff they write isn't true, and there's nothing you can do. And when you're just one person and a national paper writes a load of bollocks about you, there's nothing you can do about it, and it breaks you. Yeah. So we do need to do something about it.
And also, it doesn't matter if you've got loads of money. Yeah. When the papers go after you, there's fuck you can be Gaza, you can be Hugh Grant, you can be the fucking Prince Harry. They'll go after you, and they don't do. It doesn't affect them in any way, shape, or form.
That's what Hugh Grant said. It was that Part 36 offer. If they make you an offer and then you turn it down, and then you win, and the offer's less, then you have to pay all their fees and yours, and you're bankrupt. Yeah. So you can't defend it.
Yeah. Michael Grade needs to be cancelled for getting Doctor Who cancelled, says Lucas. Couldn't agree more. Never trust anyone who doesn't like Doctor Who. Thank you very much to Christine for the cash. We always are more stung by perceived betrayal from those we consider allies than those we consider enemies. Why is Benedict Arnold still so famous? Benedict Arnold is some guy who betrayed the. No, he didn't. He was a great patriot for the British cause during the Franco-English War of the 1770s.
Leave it.
Which was fought in North America for some reason. Anyway, but as the royal family of France found out pretty soon afterwards, it's no good backing people who are rebelling against the crown. You think, oh, it's safe. They're just rebelling against the British crown. They won't come after us in a few years' time. They did. They chopped your heads off. Anyway, let that be a lesson to you. Alan Poe, thank you very much for the £5 super chat. I think a wealth tax is coming. Spain did it in the pandemic.
Yeah, I'd like that.
I'd love that. I'd love a wealth tax. So why'd you get money for not working? Why'd you get money? Oh, did anyone see that Colin from Portsmouth called up James O'Brien this week? Did anyone see this?
I did. I heard it in the background. I could hear him calling in. But
James Ules Bryan
from the Exploding Heads actually called up James Ules Bryan. Had a massive go at him. Sorry,
who is he?
There's a comedy duo called the Exploding Heads, and they do a talk show. A call-in talk show thing on the radio skit, and it's always Colin from Yorkshire. Colin from
those guys. Oh, okay.
And at the end of each bit, he goes, "Love to the family, Colin." Oh, love to the family, mate. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was good to
call him in character.
Yeah. Because they've got a show that's going on, and they wanted to promote it. So it was very good. It was very good. Anyway, Puninator, thank you very much for the £10 super chat. I can't remember who now, but a few months ago, The Guardian had a good article on why a wealth tax wouldn't be as effective and listed several other taxes which would be far more effective.
Well, then do all of them then.
Yes.
Yeah.
All of them. Tax them.
As long as it's not me.
They have too much money.
Just try them all in Scotland.
Yeah.
And see how it works. And then if they work, we just bring them down here. That's the way it works.
How about we bring a bit of parity in and like make Scottish students pay for their tuition fees?
No, we should just make it so that British students don't have to pay their fees, and it's paid for by overseas students coming over and being charged through the nose.
And prescriptions as well.
Yes, well, it should be free for. Don't make them pay as well. Make it free for us.
No,
that's not how
so weird, Wayne. You sound like a Tory.
Yeah, you do. You sound like a Tory. Stop it.
You sound like a
Tory Wayne.
Tory.
I'm wearing red. I love one of
Arsenal top.
Red's Trump's
so
colour,
easy.
isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, red Trump. Well, orange is Trump's colour, really.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that debate was hilarious. It was. I mean, it's just been so meme-tastic this week.
Can we get into that? Can we get into that?
Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
Did you watch it all, or did you just watch the highlights?
I watched the whole lot, and I was watching.
She was like you know when a cat just like plays with the dead animal. Knocks it. She was just like,
he's already dead.
You know what Wayne just did there is such like an English thing, isn't it? Oh well, I have to do this, so everybody else should have to do it.
Yeah,
Scott,
well, none of us do it.
Scott,
Scott's got a point.
It was
Scott's
parody.
Got a point. Tory Wayne.
I didn't say it was parody, but it's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, I have to wipe my own arse, so everyone should have to wipe their own arse. Well, no.
Yeah, right.
No, actually. The Queen doesn't. I don't think. Did the Queen
Well,
wipe her own arse? Does anyone know that? Can we ask
Not
that?
anymore.
I don't think she does
Graham,
anymore, mate.
Graham, spoiler alert.
Tower. What?
I don't want to upset you or anything, but she died, mate.
Yeah, Lizzie went over, bruv.
Yeah, got a king now. No, we've got a king now.
A king?
King sausage fingers.
One king. One. Just got one. One king.
This guy.
Sausage fingers. King sausage fingers.
Yeah.
You know now why Camilla left her husband, don't you? What?
Oh,
Too
God,
soon.
What has this turned into?
So old Queenie's dead. Jesus Christ. What next? Next you'll be telling me
Wayne.
that. I don't know. Hugh Edwards isn't a national treasure no more.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Oh no, we got news for you there, mate. How long have you been away?
Oh well, at least I've still got my Rolf Harris records to keep me happy. What's your
dear.
Stop it.
What? Got me Jim will fix it badge. Oh, I tried.
You can watch a knockout with Stuart Hall just to cheer.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
Yeah.
Hey,
It's
I
a
got
royal
some very
getting cock
good
out.
7 inches you can have.
Yeah.
The good thing is Prince Andrew's not dead; he's still alive.
Oh, good.
So,
I'm glad he's still alive. I might invite him to my island next month.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh dear.
What? Why?
Right,
What happened? Did
Well,
something happen on an island
I'm not going
with
to join it anymore.
Prince Andrew?
Well, do you know? Do you know that Trump's flying around in Epstein's plane, right?
Yeah.
Did you,
The Pedo Express or whatever.
Loads
The
of
Pedo paper.
times.
Lolita Express.
More times than Prince Andrew probably did.
Yeah.
That's the funniest thing.
Yeah.
You're probably looking at the toilet. It says like Andy was here circa 1994. Just in little words.
After in the toilet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Scott,
and I didn't sweat either.
Not this Scott, but different Scott. Scott in the chat is saying progressive income tax up to 99.9%. That's what we used to have.
Yeah.
That's why all
we did. Post-war.
In the late 60s, when all these bands ended up getting really rich, like the Beatles and the Kinks and stuff, they wrote songs about having to pay all the money in tax and whinging about it, which I thought was quite funny.
That's why I bought a submarine.
Oh, yes. But let's let Ringo write a song. Go on. We'll let him put a song on the album. You see, like, George Harrison sitting there, he's got guys, I've got like 100 fucking songs ready to go, and they're brilliant. And they're like, shut up, George. We're going to give Ringo a song as well, because it's only fair. It's like, fucking hell. He's off in his fucking octopus's garden or something.
Hello, Thomas.
Hello, Thomas. Yeah. And then we had to brick him up in the tunnel because he didn't want to get his nice paint job wet. He didn't want to get wet, so we bricked him up in a tunnel while he cried. The end. Happy nightmares, kids.
Yes, so Ringo, where would you class yourself as a band? Are you rockers or mods? We're mockers.
Mockers.
There was the old joke, which was never said, but John Lennon was apparently like, "Is Ringo the best drummer in the world?" He says he's not even the best drummer in the Beatles.
He married to Barbara Bach, and she's gorgeous, so he wins anyway.
Yeah, true.
Alec Barrett, thank you very much for the £5 super chat. I think land tax value is more effective than a wealth tax. You can hide wealth offshore, but you can't hide land offshore. That's very true.
Unless you have a house on a cliff.
I think Wayne's left his mic on. Wayne, are you talking?
Yeah, Wayne, your mic's on.
Oh, turn your mic off! Anyway, and we got Svack saying, for some reason, every time the Queen's death is mentioned, I instantly think of Irish Fans song. I don't know that. What's Irish Fans song? What? No? Okay. Letters Liz did it for Crowny Liz.
She did.
Oh, did Letters Liz do her in?
It was Liz. The Queen went, I've had enough of this. This is the lowest this is the worst one we've had so far. I'm off. Bye. Can
anyone cast their mind back to the
she
first?
Died like a week later.
Can anyone cast their mind back to the first season of 24 when he was trying to stop the guy in the presidential primaries getting assassinated, and then at the very end, it was the next morning, and the presidential candidate. He's walking along, and someone's going to shake your hand, and then he shook the hand, and then the assassin walked off, and they took like a film of plastic off their hand or something. It was all toxic, and the president's hand went all meffed up, and he fell over, and he went and then it ended. I think that's what Liz did to the Queen.
That's what you think Liz did to the Queen?
Yeah. She had like a little thing. She killed off hand. 24.
Has anybody seen Lettuce Liz's? You know what they have on the top of their Twitter feed.
What?
Your pinned status.
Yeah, on a Twitter feed.
No.
Best-selling author and former Prime Minister.
Oh my God!
I've
actually
got a truly the most delusional woman.
Believe me, UK. I would know. I've actually got her book, and let's just say,
woman.
let's just say for the first couple of chapters, she is absolutely off her box, mad as a box of frogs.
Have you got like?
And then it gets worse from there.
Oh yeah.
Have you got like a wobbly table or something that you needed to sort of like prop up?
Some paper they needed waiting down.
Because it was late. I was struggling to sleep when I thought, if I read it, and all I could do was as I'm reading, it's chuckling my way through it. And my wife sent me a message: "Will you be quiet? I'm trying to sleep."
Why she was laughing so much?
Oh, she is absolutely off, especially when she was talking about the death of the Queen. Oh no! Why me? Why now?
Oh no!
So
good Lord!
So she was claiming victimhood because the Queen died.
Yeah. Why me?
She did. Why did it happen?
Why me? And I'm like, it wasn't you, Liz. It was the other Liz who died. You dickhead. She's like, why me?
Did you see that? Led by Donkeys have got an art thing of all their work and all their artistry.
Oh wow, no, I'll have to go and see that.
They got an exhibition, and the Telegraph gave it 2 stars, and Led by Donkey said we were hoping to get 1 star.
Yeah. Oh, brilliant! Is that in London? Is that in London? I'm going to London next month.
Yeah,
to get my
So
freaking visa, Scott, for your stupid country, so they let me in, so I can change planes in your country at some point.
I've also got Nadine Dorris's book as well, The Plot.
You have Nadine Dorris? Did you buy it?
Did a bollocks.
He stole it. He robbed it.
Thank God for that.
No. I got it from one of them rather dodgy websites, where you just...
Don't admit to doing crimes on my
show. You used one of your Audible credits, didn't you?
That's it, yeah.
Audible free credits.
No. I'm very naive about
Does she read a book?
What kind of dodgy websites is Nadine Dorris and Liz Truss on that you're looking at?
Mike,
definitely not OnlyFans, that's for certain.
Mike, why do you want to know?
Yes. Well, actually, Nadine,
research.
No, I shouldn't admit. I shouldn't admit to have a terrible Tory crush on Nadine Dorris. It should just be quiet occasionally.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Oh Jesus.
Well,
Mike, you. Now, you call me Tory Wayne. Now listen to yourself.
Oh, dear.
But to be fair, I've redeemed myself because, as it was my birthday yesterday, my son got me a book.
Oh, happy birthday!
Oh, thank you.
Happy birthday.
53.
Thank
you. Don't look a day over 21.
Thank you. My son got me this book, How to Be a Politician: 2,000 Years of Good and Bad Advice by Vince Cable.
Oh, brilliant!
I like Vince Cable.
I do like Vince Cable. I called him Vince Clark once to his face. That was funny.
Vince Clark.
He's doing keyboards.
I do know 2 Vinces, and
and it's got loads of what they call it. There was one. If I can find it, it's
Of the Rings.
No. They've got all sorts of quotes in here. It's basically where he's saying all sorts of stuff about, how to, if you want to be a politician and this, that, and the other. And there was one where they were talking. I think it was from the wife.
Is that actually the best quote from the book? If you want to be a politician and this, that, and the other.
No. There's some belters. I just came across this certain where they were talking about it, and the wife. It was either the wife of George Bush, where she said,
Barbara.
Where she talked about. She said, "I'm really, really pleased about our George when we got our ranch, because he was so pleased because when he first tried to milk a horse, it was just a shame it were a male one."
That's wrong on so many levels. Barbara Bush, she killed someone in a car crash, didn't she? She murdered someone after drinking too much and got in the car, murdered someone, and got away with it. Barbara Bush.
Yeah,
there's loads of them. Honestly, most rich people have actually murdered someone and got away with it.
Cheney shot somebody in the face, didn't he? So
by accident, he mistook him for a deer.
Didn't what was it? Prince Philip had a bit of a tear up in Norfolk.
Yeah, he hit somebody in a car.
He ran them down and then reversed back over them and went, "Oh, pleb," and then drove off. Probably. I don't know.
Then visited them in the hospital as well, didn't they?
The dead can't do you for slander, can they?
That was Diana, wasn't it?
They say, "Don't speak ill of the dead," and I'm like, "Fuck that! Slag off the dead as much as you like if they can't sue you."
Yeah, Philip was on one of them paparazzi bikes.
Yeah, apparently. Allegedly.
I've got this great plot to kill the princess. How are you going to do it? You're going to push her off a yacht. Oh, brilliant. Okay, that'll work. No. I've got a better idea. Let's chase her in a public place on motorbikes and hope she crashes and I hope she's not wearing a safety belt.
And randomly,
make sure the press are following us. So they can take pictures.
And randomly, there's no cameras in this particular tunnel in one of the most.
All the cameras on the bikes, Wayne.
But I'm telling you, if that happened in the Limehouse
why
link,
would there be I'm sorry, but why are there's loads of tunnels everywhere all over the world? There's cameras on them.
Are you doing a conspiracy?
I don't think are there cameras in the Rotherhithe tunnel? Like, I didn't see any.
Are you doing a bit of a
conspiracy? I hope not.
Bumped off.
Yeah,
trust me. There's tunnels in there's cameras in the Limehouse link.
There are. I used to go through that every day. I like the Limehouse link. You go through there. And
is it a long tunnel or is it
that-
just an underpass? This was just an underpass. It was went
It's
under.
literally a
Wayne-
long underpass.
Oh my God! Why is there no camera on this bridge?
I used to,
Wayne,
It goes
here's
over
the
another
thing.
road.
Sorry.
The reason Diana didn't die in the White House tunnel was because of the cameras.
Ah, okay.
There you go.
They had
There you go.
They had to send her to Paris. This is the whole point.
Yeah.
Oh.
Make it-
Are we
make it
becoming-
needlessly
Are we now
complicated.
becoming-
We're going full Alex Jones out.
Game foil hatchet.
Yeah. Gay frogs.
There's a brilliant Australian comedian called John Safran, and he does these amazing stunts. He's a very, very funny man. And one of the stunts he did, he got who's that Holocaust denier who was always David Irving? You know, he was on bloody Newsnight once, I think, and he's this hideous Holocaust denier. And so John Safran flew over to the UK to interview him in this radio studio. And then halfway through the show, he said, I've got to go out to the toilet. I'll be back in a minute. And he went out and he locked the door to the studio. And they had a pipe going in with like smoke coming in through the pipe. And he banged on the glass between, you know, where the studio is. And he holds down the button on the mic. And he's like, I'm gassing you. And if you say it's me, I'll deny it. And then fucked off. And David Ayer was like, what the fuck? Brilliant.
Oh my
Absolutely brilliant. I mean, if you're gonna prank someone, do it properly.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Do it to a psycho. I'd love to see someone do that to, like, I don't know, Joe Rogan or someone. Just really fuck with them for being so horrible.
You can't do them shows anymore, though, can you? The old prank shows.
Yeah, you can.
watch out, Beatles about.
Yeah, you can.
You could like go up to Joe Rogan and like give him a little scratch on the arm and say, "I just gave you the COVID jab back." See,
He's had it. He's a fucking liar, that man. He's fucking had it.
Yeah.
So's fucking Jobovich or whatever his name is. They've all
But
had it.
speaking of Joe Rogan, has anyone had the misfortune to watch his last comedy special?
There's
I'd rather eat
great,
my own head.
there's a load of great documentaries dissecting that comedy because he said he took 6 years to write it, and and he can type, and there's a couple of really great dissections of how rubbish it is and how
He nicked loads of jokes.
Yeah, and he's banging on the same old trans jokes, and it's all really generic, and it's just, and even the audience is a bit awkward.
And he's really sweaty. He's got sweaty boobs. He's got sweaty man boobs, and you can see because he's wearing a curry flavored shirt, a curry coloured shirt, a curry coloured shirt. Sorry, I've had half a glass of wine.
I was thinking about this today. The number one.
That's our new merchandising line, though, that we were just plugging there. So the curry flavoured shirt available from Wayne the Tory.
Wayne the Tory, making money
with illustrations from Mike Tory.
Dix.
But the comedians, the rule is punch up, don't punch down. And Rogan and Chappelle and Ricky Gervais have all punched down, and they're not. Ricky's not as funny anymore, and Rogan isn't funny, but it's like some of these older comedians. There's a couple of sort of famous American comedians from the sort of 90s who are going, "Oh, it's woke, you can't see anything now," and what they're losing out by that is,
Seinfeld.
Yeah, Seinfeld, right? He's a case in point. There's another generation, Gen Z and young millennials, who didn't see it when we all saw it, and now they would be watching that for the first time. A new audience. He gets a load of income because it's the networks, but because he's going, oh, it's all woke and you can't say I hate trans people anymore, they're not going to watch it. So that's going to die, and it's not going to get rescheduled, and he loses money anyway. You'll lose all the repeat, and that's karma in my view. So you're right, mate, for being an arsehole. It's not that you can't say that stuff anymore because you can't, but loads of new comedians are coming on and they are not having to say that stuff, and they're bloody funny. There's loads of great guys.
In the same way that in the 80s and 90s when these comedians were coming up, they weren't being racist because they realized that you don't have to be racist to be funny. And actually these 70s racist comedians like Jim Davidson and fucking horrible old twat, what's his name, Manning.
Vernon Manning.
Pretty star.
He's horrible. Yeah, they're just not funny.
No,
they're just not funny.
That sort of humor isn't funny anymore.
No, they appeal to the average sort of working man's club goer.
Good night, Maggie.
You know what I mean?
But they appeal to a certain age of those people.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So the people that thought it was funny back then when they were young, think it's funny still now. Because they've just continued being, getting older and staying racist. Once those people die out, There might be a very small proportion of people that enjoy that sort of thing, but it won't be like it is now.
But you do have like timeless comedians that didn't have to even step into that world, like your Billy Connolly's and your Bill Hicks. Those kind of people that would.
But do you think Bill Hicks might have, like, if he was still alive today, would he have lived long enough to become the villain? Would you reckon he would have gone in for this? You can't say what you want now. I used to make fun of things, and
he was smart. And I think that's what a lot of these comedians are lacking. They like to think they're a little bit more intellectual than they actually are.
Do you think it's like with Seinfeld? He's not been funny for 25 years. I think that's got to him, and that's why he's not. Yeah, because Steve Martin, right? He's in Only the Murders in the Building, which is fantastic. So he sort of had his renaissance, and he didn't have to go and be horrible to trans people.
Yeah. I mean, like, even like Chris Rock's last special was hilarious, and he was just like, the slap held around the world.
I was about to say, didn't he just make a whole special about him getting hit by Will Smith?
Yes. It's really unfunny. It's like that guy who was in the police academy, that comedian. He's gone to the right. Roseanne Barr's gone to the right because they're not.
Roseanne Barr's lost her mind.
Oh, she's lost.
Absolutely. I nearly said it.
Yeah.
You see what's going on with
Laurel and Hardy is still funny, which
that is true actually.
Yeah, I Marx Brothers all the way. Groucho Marx is fucking hilarious, and I don't remember any of his jokes being particularly racist. I might be.
Harold Lloyd was funnier. I like Harold Lloyd.
Which comedian has gone to the right from police?
I'm going back to telling that.
Oh, that's Santa Claus. Darian, thank you very much for the £10 super chat, Darian. That is very kind of you. Gervais used to be okay until he gave up comedy and went to work for Netflix.
Yeah. His last special was absolutely. I literally just sat there, didn't even smile while I was watching it.
Can I recommend Chaos? We were talking about this the other day, Rachel, weren't we? Chaos on Netflix. If you've got Netflix, try and watch the things that are made by non-binary people like Charlie Covell, who made The End of the Fucking World, and also made Chaos.
Kevin Bridges. I fucking love him.
It's got Susie Eddie Izzard in it, and other non-binary, not just actors.
Jeff Goldblum, plastic card, laminated card. Jeff Goldblum's in it, isn't he?
Yeah.
Jeff Goldblum is on the screen right now. He's got the name Mike Dix.
Is that a problem? Do we not like Jeff Goldblum now?
No, I said it on the intersection. He's on my laminated card.
Oh, right. So you get a hall pass.
I get a hall pass.
I was going to say that. No, Mike's rocking the Jeff Goldblum look.
You freaked me out there. I thought you were saying, but it's got Jeff Goldblum and we can't watch it. I really recommend it. It's a lot of fun.
I love Jeff Goldblum.
It's an update of the Greek myths set today, and Jeff Goldblum plays Zeus. That's all you really need to know about it.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
Is that Chaos?
Yeah.
Chaos.
I'll watch it.
It's funny. It's funny.
And he's Ian Malcolm, who was a doctor in Jurassic Park, who's expert in chaos.
It's a chaos theory. Why do they bring him along? I don't get that. They're like, we need a paleontologist, an archaeologist, and then they're like, do you know what we really need? Like someone who's an expert in chaos and two children for some reason.
Oh no, he because of the unpredictability of the park, he was there to detect what might go wrong, things that people couldn't see, and he was there to sort of,
We did a good job there.
Are there any dinosaurs in this dinosaur park? I really hate that, man.
What could go wrong?
What could possibly go wrong? What did they do with the dinosaurs though when they finished filming?
They sent them off to they went off to that other island, Isla Sorba.
They all live with the Queen.
So they were on Isla Nublar to start with, was it? Nublar.
Yeah, I think so. And then it was Isla Sorba.
They went over for a sauna.
Yeah, I'll join the Republican Party.
Off the coast of Costa Rica.
You go down to Costa Rica,
yeah. And they made pterodactyls as well, which was a bit mad. But it's all right because the dinosaurs have been trapped on this island.
Leadership of the Tory Party, I think, aren't they?
Yeah.
Life finds a way. What can we say?
Yeah, exactly.
There's a bit of argument. There's a bit of argument on like who's funny and who's not. We got Bob Monkhouse. Was funny, and not rude.
Yeah.
He was a bit rude about the Irish. I mean, he used to tell a lot of Irish jokes and French jokes.
He had a suitcase full of jokes.
He did have a blue set that he did as well, basically, but never on telly. Never on telly.
So it did.
My favorite Bob Monkhouse joke was, "You can't have sex at 76. That's okay. I live at 78."
Hey, and Ken Dodd, he used to do a lot of blue jokes when he was doing his live stuff, but never on the TV. Russell Howard, we're getting some love from Russell Howard. Bill Bailey,
Bill Bailey's brilliant.
You see what's happened to Reginald D. Hunter? What's happened to Reginald?
Oh yeah, he was good.
Have you seen this?
Yeah, he played a couple of years ago.
Up in Scotland, where someone went nuts at him for saying about Israel.
He's basically coming out pretty strongly on maybe the wrong side of an argument in the Middle East at the moment.
Already, okay.
Doubling down on it.
Oops.
Well, yeah, but I mean, there wasn't a thing at a show in Scotland where a Jewish couple walked out, but then it turned out the Jewish couple were a bit like militant anyway.
Yeah, they've got form on this, haven't they?
So they went there to get offended.
Yeah.
Well, they went there to make a scene and say, but yeah, I kind of think that it's very, very difficult to especially in a live audience. To make jokes about stuff like that people are very, 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 very touchy about.
And making jokes about abortion.
You can tell as many jokes as you like about the Boer War. No one gives a toss about it. I was going to say no one gives an F about it then, but I just noticed that my mum's entered the chat. So hi, mum.
Mickey Flanagan's bit on the Greg Wallace stuff. Yeah, I don't know if you've seen it. Where he Greg Wallace goes to help out a family. He's doing a TV show where he goes to help out a family where they're trying to save money on food and all that. And Greg Wallace goes around there, sort of like, why are you spending so much money on this? And she's like, I don't know, I'm out of control. I don't know, I've got 17 bags of pasta. I'm out of control. And the last bit of it is like, he goes, right, this is the same thing. This is your own brand. And this is what you're spending on. It tastes the same, but it costs less. And then just this whole thing about it tastes the same, but it costs less. It's just absolutely hilarious. Like Mickey Flanagan again. He's one of them comedians, because he talks about just everyday life. He's not talking about the political stuff. He's not talking about stuff that's going to be inflammatory. He's just talking about when he's walking past a geezer and he's had to say hello to him 3 times in one day. He's like, oh, for fuck's sake, like this geezer again. But silly things like that, I think that's more funny.
Well, whatever happened to Rob Newman and Mark Thomas? They were fucking hilarious. I saw a double bill with them at the Liverpool Neptune many moons ago, and they were both absolutely hilarious. And I'm talking about what was going on in the news and Rob Newman went on one about the origin of World War One being Iraq, and you're like, by the end of it, you're going, yeah, he's got a point there. But yeah, some comedians that I think should still be making really good material, and they seem to have disappeared.
Rob Newman had quite a lot of problems, didn't he? But he wrote some novels.
He did write some books. Yes,
he did develop some issues. I think.
I think one of my
health issues.
I think one of my favourites has got to be when it's not political, it's got to be Bob Martyr on Have I Got News for You? Legend, absolute legend.
Bob, both of them, just absolutely bloody hilarious.
Mark Steele's got a podcast because he had cancer and he was off for a while, but he's got this podcast. Yes. What the fuck is going on, which is quite funny.
Oh, I'll have to listen to that. Funny. I like Mark Steele.
A lot of cricket in it, but look, generally he's quite funny on that.
And his son's in it as well.
Yeah, that's right.
The guys from League of Gentlemen all seem boss as well. Like inside number 9.
Oh yeah, they're brilliant. They're brilliant. Do you know what? There's a pub that I go to in Benfleet, and there's a woman that comes. There's a geezer who comes in, who me and my pal call Smoggy. And he occasionally brings this woman in who's just a friend, but she looks exactly like Tubbs from League of Gentlemen.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. We're getting some info in here. Darian saying Rob Newman had problems. He liked his girlfriends a little too young. Stuart Lee ripped him apart. Oh, okay. Well,
Stuart Lee's awesome as well.
Did you watch that? I posted the new Stuart Lee comedy. It's good.
Awesome.
It's awesome. Great on the J.K. Rowling stuff. Oh, and it was really clever the way he did it, right? Oh,
yeah,
my God.
Absolutely.
I still remember when he tore what you call him from the former UKIP leader
Oh yeah.
Paul, is it
Paul
Paul
Nuttall.
Scally's?
Paul
Paul
Nuttall.
Nuttall.
Paul
That's it. Yeah,
Nuttall.
that was hilarious.
Yeah. He did the JK.
I was going to send you the link, Rachel, but I assumed that you'd seen it. I thought the JK Rowling stuff was awesome.
It was brilliant.
Alan Poe's giving a shout out to Mark Thomas, but also to Tim Minchin, who I saw live with the 80-piece Melbourne Symphony Orchestra.
Wow.
And he sung "Fuck the Pope" with this 80-piece orchestra. it was quite something. But yeah, very, very funny comedian. And do you know what? If you're going to be a comedian, here's a bit of a top tip. If you can sing, because people don't mind hearing the same comedy song twice. Whereas if you tell them the same joke twice, they'll be like, "No, I've heard that." As Eddie Izzard tried to do with his glorious tour in 2000.
You find somebody in their 40s or 50s and you mention not the 9 o'clock news, the original sort of alternative comedy, they can still sing all the songs for Not the 9 o'clock news.
Oh wow.
There were about 5 or 6 big songs that really caught on, and they can still sing them.
Yeah, well, that's why Spamalot made more money on the stage than Monty Python ever did.
Yeah,
because you can just keep doing the songs, can't you?
Yeah.
Made Eddie Eric Idle a lot of money.
Yeah.
There was a stagecoach show called Avenue Q, which was just really
yes, that was the puppets.
Puppets, and they did a lot of adult themes. And everybody who's gone to see that, a lot of people love the songs from that are rude, funny, and just clever. And I mean, the stage show hasn't been on for yonks, but everybody remembers. If you're going to see it, everyone buys the soundtrack and listens.
Yeah, because they were like sort of Jim Henson sort of inspired puppets, weren't they?
Yeah, the internet is for the internet is for porn was my favorite song.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, there was,
and the thing I loved about that show was just the way they got away with extremely risky stuff because of the puppet.
The puppet, because it was puppets.
Yeah,
I think that's probably why South Park's lasted so long.
Yeah,
because South Park go deep.
It's just dead cheap to make, though, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's one of them. They don't make it together anymore, do they? It's just one of the things. Like it's either Matt or Trey. I don't know which one, but one of them's still like powering on with it. 30 years later, it's been on TV now from there. Well, it started in '97, didn't it?
Yeah, so year I left school. Yeah,
bloody.
They made a great making of video once where they showed how they recreated everything as full-size sets and then turned it into CG and then scaled it down to shit drawings.
Oh my goodness.
Love it. And
I love the way they did the Canadians. Everyone's just got a separate head.
Yeah. So you know the Canadian.
Yeah.
Stan's brother is it Stan or Kyle who finds out his little brother's Canadian's Kyle, isn't it?
Yeah, he's adopted. Kyle's little brother's Canadian. Yeah.
That's why his head just
They turn on Chef.
There's nothing wrong with Canadians. I just need to say that because of present company. So.
Why? Are you surrounded by Canadians?
I'm entirely surrounded by Canadians.
Blink twice if you are in distress.
I'm in a warehouse. I've been trying
He's
to
in
tell
a warehouse.
You, a warehouse in London. I've been
trapped in a
warehouse.
Mike, you're out of Canadians, eh?
Are they just apologising all the time? We're sorry to kidnap you. We're very sorry to hold you here. We're sorry.
Yeah, but
Canadian tea isn't quite strong enough.
Really great.
Mike is out in the boot.
They are promising. They are promising pancakes in the morning.
Would you like some food, Some pancakes?
You get able to serve with that.
Can you let them know that I'm going to Canada in December?
They let you in, are they?
Oh, and then
I love Toronto. What are you going over there for?
Someone I can't really say. It's a secret.
All right,
but
and then you're
suffice to say, I'm not paying. I'm not paying. So someone wants to take me over to Toronto.
Just out of interest, this is how you don't get your American visa. Don't turn up at the Canadian border saying, "I can't say why I'm here. I'm not allowed to tell you."
Oh no, I won't do that.
They don't like that.
No, but if I get my American visa by then, I'm going to try and go over the border at Niagara Falls and see it from the American side because I've never seen it.
In a barrel.
In a barrel.
In a barrel.
I was about to say, you're going to go.
If I don't get the visa, I'll get the barrel out. It is going to be the middle of December, though, so it's probably going to be a bit parky.
It will be very parky.
Yeah, but you can do it, Graham. You've travelled the world, Graham. You can do that.
I've never heard Darren's TARDIS described as a barrel before.
Yeah. Well, my joke about why Canada's got the most dangerous roads in the world.
Oh no.
Everyone thinks of like ice truckers. No, it's because there's only one road and all the musicians are in the middle of it.
Oh no.
I'm glad Darren thought that was funny.
Well,
Jesus.
Darren
Help me out
Lockhart.
there, mate. Thank you. Everyone else is just crickets.
Guys, I gotta get up in the morning, so I'm gonna chip off.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I have to go.
Oh, Scott, so lovely
Yeah.
to see you, man.
it's lovely to see you all as well.
I'm feeling a bit more positive about Kamala winning.
Good.
A bit more positive.
Hold the
Okay,
faith. Keep the
Scott.
faith.
Scott, look after that TARDIS.
Yeah.
I will
I'll
do,
see-
my
I'll
friend.
see
Don't you
too.
worry.
Okay.
Oh, is
It's lovely to
Adios.
see you all.
It's always bigger on the inside.
Rachel's getting off as well. See you later. Are you getting
Yeah,
off, Rachel?
So,
Yeah, I have to go. Willies have arrived.
Okay.
So, yeah,
Fill your
lots of
boots.
love, everybody.
Bye.
Bye,
Bye-bye.
socialite.
see you
All
later, mate.
Take care. Bye. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Right, then then there were 4. Just like that.
I'm gonna back out very soon because
that's all right. Well, it's
That's all right,
11
mate.
o'clock, so
We've been going a bit. We've been going a bit.
wind
Hour
it
and a
up
half.
soon, I think. But before we go, Mike, you can go whenever you want, mate. Don't feel like you've got to hang on. But,
No, you stay.
No,
I'm staying away. It's
Fine,
okay.
stay where you are. Well,
Good for a few.
you've got to do what the Canadians allow you to. You know, they might not want
I
you
have to follow their instructions. That's the
Yeah.
thing.
to the letter.
Really?
Yeah.
Or have you
Or
got
they'll-
Justin Trudeau?
Or
in there,
they
have
will
you?
sing at you.
Exactly.
Yeah. And who wants that?
They'll stick you to the floor with maple syrup.
Exactly. Which is.
Oh, you know what?
That could be quite a pleasant experience, couldn't it? Really?
I was a bit mean to Australia,
Oh.
to Canada, because I was like, oh, but you know, Brian Adams, Celine Dion, you know,
Yeah, then they've got some radical
Alanis Morissette saying things so ironic
Yeah.
when they weren't. But then
Chris
Arcade
Jericho.
Fire came out and they were brilliant. But it turns out that the lead singer of Arcade Fire, is it Win Butler, is a nonce. But no, apparently, allegedly. I mean, he's not.
Yeah.
He's not the best of people.
These are the words of Graham Hughes. And
No, I
one
meant
else.
someone had said that he was a bit
Nothing to do with me.
noncy.
Scott, Scott and Rachel managed to bail before we started being libelous.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Problematic. Should say
What a-
problematic instead of nonce. He's a bit problematic, his old Win Butler. I don't know too much about it, but do know he went to private school, so there's a half your problem right there. Anyway, bye Scott, says Christine. So bye. And we've also got someone clean the TARDIS after Scott's used it. And then we've got and I like Morecambe and Wise, but the two Ronnies is just better. Yeah, two Ronnies, very, very funny. And Porridge.
Ronnie Corbett,
Yeah,
Ronnie Barker.
Ronnie Barker.
Even together or separately, absolutely awesome.
Very funny.
Always remember the worm that turned.
Oh, brilliant. Yeah.
Yeah, do you know what? This is going to be controversial for bloke
Mouse
in
up
his like
What?
offensively late
Oh,
20s.
840.
I actually really enjoyed the work of French and Saunders.
Yes.
Yeah, me too.
Absolutely. And I think that Jennifer Saunders is one of the most underrated actresses of her generation. When
Yeah,
she pretended to be any
Fab was
character
brilliant.
from any Hollywood movie that they were taking the piss out of,
You
she
believed
was
it, yeah.
fucking brilliant. She nailed it. The Silence of the Lambs rip they did with the Crankies in the jail cell, that was one of the best. And the
Then
Silence
married
of
to
the-
Ed Edmondson, isn't she?
Yeah, yeah. That's why they're both called Eddie in their respective sitcoms. But yeah, they did a rip of Thelma and Louise when they went off the cliff.
Oh, that was a great one. Yeah, absolutely.
And she turns at the last minute, and Dawn French is fucked off. She's on her own.
You can't like forget about like things like the young ones. The young ones is like just
Got them on
superb.
DVD.
Have you?
Yeah, both series.
Yeah, no, it was absolutely brilliant. It was just even
gone
like
by
'cause it
college.
was, yeah, it was well before my time,
Yeah.
but I appreciated it when I like because obviously like back in the day, like the BBC
Remember-
had like no content, so they're just repeating things like that.
Remember,
Like,
remember when Jennifer
brilliant.
Saunders were in that episode?
Helen
Yeah.
back,
Helen back.
Helen back.
There was a girl who went to my school called Helen Back. She's Matthew Back's sister. She was literally called Helen Back. She was fit as well.
That was-
And we got BUFU Mike in the chat shouting brass eye. Absolutely, mate. Absolutely spot
Yeah.
on.
Oh, wow, yeah.
I don't think that I've ever laughed so much in my life as when I watched the paedophile special that they did. It's going to sound so wrong, this. Like, literally, tears in my eyes, thumping the floor, like, on my knees, just like, how could they put this on TV? This is so wrong. But it was very, 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 very funny. And it really, really upset the newspapers, which is what I think that was the
Yeah.
whole plan of it.
Also, imagine
Oh,
it's
Day
a,
to
it's a
day.
shame.
Friday night armistice.
Yeah, it's just a shame nobody's doing something like that now because, like, it's so easy to capture Farage and Truss and all of them saying whatever. for
everyone's
people.
scared.
No, I think Mike, there is some stuff out there, but it's not on TV.
There's
it's
YouTube
on the internet.
channels. No,
There's YouTube channels ripping them mercilessly in a wonderful way. But yeah.
I think the last thing that sort of did sort of that kind of political satire was Dead Ringers, and that got canned pretty much straight away. I think they did like 2 or 3 series.
Yeah,
of
we've
it.
got that on DVD as well.
BBC's got really shirty about having any kind of edgy comedy now, hasn't it?
Yeah,
that's the real cancel culture. The fact that Mock the Week is not anymore, and they got rid of the Mash Report and stuff like that. That's cancel culture. It's the right wing, as always.
The only kind of the most satirical thing they made recently was the one about themselves, W1A, basically.
Yeah,
and it wasn't about politics; it was just about the BBC themselves.
Yeah, but even that was kind of it was a sort of pastiche of the Office.
Yeah,
it weren't really original.
Kunk,
it was kind of like
Philomena Kunk, Diane Morgan.
Just
points that it's absolutely brilliant, and just Charlie Brooker in general with his screen wipe and.
Well, Charlie Brooker, like Black Mirror, just. Yeah,
that's not very funny though, is it? It's not.
No. But just
funny
as a creative sort of self-reflecting look at our society, it's just like proper thought-provoking. So away from the sort of comedy side of stuff, but yeah, his comedy is brilliant.
Yeah. Eddie Burns just saying Rick Mail and Aid Edmondson were great.
Oh, yes. I was gutted when Rick Mail passed away. Absolutely gutted. One of my heroes.
It's going to be coming up in 10 years poet. Now, isn't it?
Yeah. Bottom was brilliant. Bottom was so good.
Anyone see Bottom live? Anyone see Bottom live?
Yes.
I've watched the DVD. I didn't actually go.
I went to see the big number 2 tour, the Liverpool Empire.
Is that the one where they went to prison?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the third one was like Hooligans Island, I think.
Yes.
But yeah, just very, very, very funny. Skilled comedians. I was watching a clip of Rick Mail actually the other day when he was talking about getting chopped out of Harry Potter. He's saying that the best movie he was ever in was the worst movie he's ever in. Because it was just a shit movie, but he was cut out of it. But he got the money for being in it, so he was made up.
He was also in American Werewolf in London, wasn't he?
He was, for some reason.
I think the best thing I
read a story about that.
I was just going to say before, because I'm going to pop off in a minute, but the Jack and Ories that he did was just
Oh yes,
and he did loads. He did it about 5-6 times.
He was a beautiful orator. Beautiful,
funny as fuck.
And he could switch it. Like he could go.
He was quite a good dramatic actor. He did a series of one-offs for ITV. They were like little movies. I think.
Remember Drop Dead Fred, didn't you?
Yes, he did Drop Dead Fred, the film, but this was a series of dramas that he did, and he was just really like Robbie Coltrane. He did Cracker around the same time in the early 90s. It was these like comedy guys that we'd known from all these comedy shows, and then suddenly they were doing these like really gritty dramas, and they were fucking brilliant at it. They just they nailed it, even though they come from like a comedy background. And I think that's it shows like that they know what they're doing. You know what I mean? It's
but I think
turn on that humor or turn on the darkness.
When you are a comedian, you can switch from that comedic sort of slapstick stuff to being because you've got that range. You can show that range, because if you're trying to deliver a story, like so you'll be all sort of like empathetic with the audience, and all of a sudden be like, what? Fucking hell! And it's that gear shift that shows your range.
Yeah,
there's so many comedians out there that will just be sort of like bullshit, like Lee Evans. I've never really liked Lee Evans because he's just he reminds me of George Formby.
Did you ever see the Stuart Lee Richard Herring skit with Lee? Well, it wasn't Lee Evans, but they were talking about someone described him as Norman Wisdom on speed. And so they had this room with like a CCTV camera looking down on this table, and they brought in Norman Wisdom. I mean, it was obviously like a person pretending. They were like, "We've injected him with speed. Let's see what happens." And he just like falls to his knees and starts crying. And they're like, "This is Norman Wisdom on speed. This is Lee Evans." Anyway, but I mean, you can get away with having that kind of like dark humor if you're not punching down. If you are punching down, it's too easy. It's not funny. It's being offensive, and the whole thing is like, oh well, I shouldn't say this, and that's why it's funny, which I think undermines the art of comedy. I know that sounds really pretentious, going the art of comedy, but the art of comedy is making people laugh, not at someone's, at someone for who they are, but for what they do and the shit that
Yeah, and I think one of the masters of that was George Carlin, because he would like make you think and make you laugh at the same time, which is very hard to do. So again, like you Bill Hicks, that kind of
Peter Corr,
comedy.
Peter Cook and Dudley Moore, as Jeannie Bottles just said. Peter Cook, founding editor of the Daily of the Private Eye. Yeah, he's a really, really intelligent man, and he's funny as fuck.
Yeah, I remember in Blackadder one.
Yeah. And he's saying Alan Bastard was the perfect satire of the Tories, still holds up today.
Oh yeah,
They totally predicted the next 20 years, didn't they?
They absolutely nailed it on. Spike Milligan and Dave Allen, very funny as well.
Oh, Milligan.
Yeah.
No, I'm going to say something really controversial.
Go on.
Oh dear.
He likes Mrs. Brown's Boys, whatever it's called.
I'll slap that out of your mouth. You carry on. All right. Monty Python, not funny.
Most of it.
That's always going to remind me of the bit in Family Guy when they lock Meg up in the basement and they tie her up and force her to watch Monty Python, the unfunny Monty Python sketches, and she's like, "I'm a girl. I don't even like the funny sketches."
Very good.
I always remember the Ministry of Silly Walks. That had me in hysterics.
No, it's not funny.
Yeah. There was some really funny. There was some hilarious stuff, but literally it was about one series worth, and that was it, really.
But they could have milked it like in the Fast Show. They just had the same sketches again and again and again. The
Fast Show was just genius.
Whereas Monty Python, they only did one sketch once. I know they redid stuff years later on stage and stuff, but there was one Dead Parrot sketch. There was one Spam sketch.
Well, I think
that was it.
The fact that I can sit here looking at the O2 from here, they filled that place 4 or 5 nights by just repeating the parrot joke 5 times and the Yorkshireman sketch 5 times, etc., etc.
The Fast Show, the Fast Show was like the best for me, because it was like right in my wheelhouse at the time when I was like coming up. It was like 96, 98. Yeah. Do you like cheese? Do you like peas? Well, here's cheese and peas.
See, we know them all. Guys, I'm going to have to go.
All right, Mike.
I've got to go.
All right, he's been held hostage by the Canadians. Mike, I'm just down the road if you need me. I'll get in the Quattro and come get you.
Yeah.
Give me a shout if I need
the Quattro.
All right. See you guys. See you next week.
See you later.
Send me pictures.
Suit you, sir. What's she rampant, sir?
But yeah, one Aggie Pagan saying Life of Brian. Come on, Life of Brian's funny, Wayne. Come on.
Yes.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's hilariously funny.
Look, if you don't find it funny, you don't find it funny.
Yeah.
It's like music.
It's subjective.
There's two genres of music, isn't there, in the world? There's the music you like and there's the music you don't like. There's the stuff you find funny, there's stuff you don't find funny.
My kids adore the Holy Grail. They find that hilariously funny. Especially the rabbit.
But Lucy Willis is saying there's a lot of experimental Python. Plus, they made 13 episodes in a season, which is a lot more than. And then why are we talking about bloody old comedy shows? We should be talking about the news.
Yeah,
is there anything in the news this week that you want to talk about before you wrap up? Because we've been rabbiting on for nearly 2 hours here.
Well, I just want. As soon as we go on to that, then I just want to say when it came, because like I when it came to the debate. It was a case of I'd gone to bed. I thought I'll watch it in the morning, but I was struggling to sleep because I wasn't comfortable and my body was breaking down as it always does. So I'll take some powerful painkillers and I'll come down and let him kick in. And I joined you, Graham, on your live stream to watch it, and I missed the first 10 minutes of it, but I was sat there stumped and I just thought, wow, but. Later on, you do your bit of a catch up, and I watched it from the start, and I think the moment it all changed was when she waltzed onto that stage and she waltzed straight up to him and said, Kamala Harris. as if to say, "That's my name."
Yeah, say it properly.
Yeah, and he didn't know what to do, did he? And I just think that set the tone for it straight. I just thought that were brilliant, and especially when his facial expression when she said they're leaving your rallies exhausted and bored, and he went,
yeah.
I was absolutely brilliant, and I loved the way she just looked at him with that grin of wow.
Yeah,
I didn't think you'd. I just delicately put the bait out there. Not only did you bite the bait, you took the line, and you've also taken my hook. And I just could not believe how quickly you got absolutely baited.
No, I think she outbullied the bully.
Didn't she just? She says, I'm not scared of you.
Yeah, because he's expecting her to be all sort of like...
Guys, are we going to mention the austerity budget? Oh, no, sorry, BUFU, Mike. Unfortunately, our time traveller has left, so we can't go forward to the future to slag off the Labour budget until we actually hear the Labour budget.
Yeah, once
it comes out, feel free. We'll join in.
Yeah, we'll go over it. But and the thing is, what people don't seem to realise about like this channel and the BIM podcast is we are completely objective about stuff. If someone shit the bed, we will say they've shit the bed. So it doesn't matter that we're sort of left leaning. If they do something wrong, we'll be like, we'll call them out on it. I never know.
I've got no heroes. Everyone just lets you down. And if they don't let you down, they fucking die, which is letting you down.
See, but because the thing is for me when it came to this, what they've done with the winter fuel cut, and I'm sat there thinking, why? I just couldn't understand why. And when I was watching, is it the agenda that did Friday this afternoon? You and and you said something that was really interesting, and you suppose there's that old saying, you hear the penny drop moment. I'm thinking when you said that, was it 80% of the old people don't vote Labour anyway?
80%.
And I'm just thinking maybe that's a little bit of it.
Yeah. They know they're not going to lose any votes.
Which it's not only that, it's the people that you get ringing up people like LBC bleating on about, we're not going to be able to afford it. Hang on a minute, mate. Like you've had this thing implemented and you're getting free money and then they're taking it away because it's not cost effective.
Yeah.
What have you been doing? So you've been relying on this little handout every winter, and you're not complaining about the energy companies jacking their prices up. So,
well, I guess we complain about that as well. The one thing that got me though is the Tories complaining about them doing this when it was the Tories that wanted to take food off starving British children during the pandemic.
Do you know what I found really
and had to be shamed into reversing that by Marcus Rashford?
What I found really interesting, the old Tory veteran that is Roger Gale, he even admitted that he thinks it should be means tested. So in practically saying that, I quite agree in a roundabout way that Labour should be doing what they're doing, but then spent the rest of his speech when it came to the vote for this winter fuel cut, saying that what they're doing is absolutely disgraceful and just.
But it was the same. It was the same outrage with the child benefit thing. You know, when they put a cap on it.
Just to say about our channel, I mean, Banter 5J saying this is why it's Politics Social. Yeah, I changed the name from Labour Social because I didn't want to be a mouthpiece for Labour. And if they do something twatty, I want to be able to say, that's a twatty thing to do. I mean, I have said all this, the last couple of weeks, I think that the bar is too low for this winter fuel allowance. I think the bar should be higher. I think that anyone earning under £20,000 a year should get it. And that would mean X many extra million pensioners get it. Fine. Give it to them. But then I do object to the fact there are multi-millionaires out there, billionaires who are getting 300 quid each from the taxpayer to heat one little corner of their mansion. And I'm like, come on.
Well, the other thing is it's how many like 800,000 people or something like that are not claiming pension credit that are entitled to it.
Yes.
Right. If you're
If they all
entitled
claimed
to
it, then it would wipe out the saving. But then, good. So they're taking the money from the rich and giving it to the people who need it.
yeah, but the thing is, if those 800,000 people, were told that they could get it, or it was automatically gifted to them, then happy days.
Yeah.
But the government are never going to say, yeah, you have to apply for it. Sorry, they say you have to apply for it, otherwise you don't get it. How about you just look, because you can see the income. Just give it them.
Yeah, because
they're quite quick. If you want any kind of benefit and you're claiming too much, they're like, oh, we're on you.
Yeah,
but sorry, go on.
No, I was just about to say, because the only thing that I was trying to work out, is it right that they will only get back, bring into the treasury save about $1.5 billion? Is it something?
Yeah, 1.5.
And I'm thinking, and I'm thinking to myself, on the amount of hassle you're going to get from it, is it really worth it?
Well, it's easy. I mean, I don't mean it's easy in terms of like, selling it to the masses, because obviously but politically it's easy because they don't have to do a whole bill. They can use a statutory instrument, which is what they've done.
Yeah.
They have had a vote on it, but basically they're going to just slightly amend the law, and because it's going to cost less than £10 million to implement, they don't have to do a feasibility study or anything like that, an impact assessment. So for them, what can they do before winter that will raise a little bit of money? And this is probably it until the budget is actually announced. Say what's going to happen.
Yeah,
but I still think. I think there's two things going on here. I think that the pensioners who are millionaires, and that's 1 in 5 pensioners, shouldn't be getting the money.
Yeah.
And then at the same time, I think that the people who do need it should definitely be getting it. And there's going to be a lot of people who fall through the cracks, and it might result in people dying.
It's the same as the self-employed thing with the COVID loans.
Yes,
there was
cracks,
there was an arbitrary line put in, and some people were just under and some people were just over, and people were ringing up saying, oh, this is out of order, I'm being forgotten, and all this sort of stuff. But I also, and obviously this is anecdotal, I know people that were getting silly money for like saying, oh, this job cancelled, so can I get £6,000 please? And I'm getting it. And I know at least 10 people that were doing that, who were self-employed and getting that. And I was furloughed for like a week, and then Rishi Sunak announced the Green Homes voucher, which meant he's telling everyone to stay at home, mask up, glove up, and all that. But for the Green Homes voucher scheme to work, I had to go to other people's houses. Like, I can't survey a house from my house. So it was so contradictory, and it was like just a complete mess. And yet, as I say, you've got people phoning up complaining about they're not being helped out, and then other people milking it as much as they possibly could, which was annoying at best and just fraudulent at worst. And now we're having the same sort of thing where people are like going, well, I'm not getting my winter fuel payment. Yeah, but you've got an asset like your house that's paid for, and you were gifted this this particular payment, and that's been taken away. So that says to me that they were relying on that payment, and it's been taken away, but they've still got a massive asset, i.e. their house.
Yeah.
Like, calm your tits, everyone.
Yeah.
I think that there's a lot to be done, and Labour are not going to be given an
They're finding their feet.
They're not going to... What? They're dragging their feet?
No, they're finding their feet.
Oh, God, I was going to say, this would be powerful. They're weak. But yeah, it is... We tend to give people that we like the benefit of the doubt when perhaps we shouldn't. And then there's people that we're like, oh no, a bit sus on them. And we don't give them the benefit of the doubt at all. I think Labour fall into the second category with a lot of people in this country. And don't forget, their landslide victory is very wide, but it's also very shallow. They won that with just 30-odd% of the vote. It was, it can be taken away from them. And the worry is they implement a bunch of stuff that is tremendously unpopular with the people who have all the money. And then in 5 years' time, they get kicked out and the Tories get back in and have another 20 years of austerity.
That is the worry. But it's a case of, in 5 years' time, are we going to be in a better place than we are today? That's the measure, and that's the only measure that we can go with, because we can look at the 14 years of Tory rule and look at the state of the country. If they paper over cracks and put some plasters down and all that sort of stuff, and we're in a better place, they've got no argument.
Well, I had a bit of a mini row with Phil today, because I was like, well,
really?
Because we were talking about Labour's communications, which we know. We all know is shit.
Dirt in it.
But I'm like, well, why can't they do this? Why can't they do that? He says, because that won't play well, and the newspapers will crucify them. I'm like, whatever they do, the newspaper will crucify them. Who cares? In 5 years' time, what people are going to care about is not what people in the newspaper said 5 years earlier.
Yep.
They're going to care about, is their life better now than it was in 2024? And if the answer is yes, they'll vote for Labour. If the answer is no, they won't vote for Labour, and Labour won't win the next election. So they've got to make sure that they grab hold of that disaffected working class, middle class votes of people who are in their 20s, in their 30s, who feel like they can't get their foot on the ladder. They feel left behind. They feel like they've got fewer opportunities than their parents or even their grandparents in a lot of cases. And you've got to make sure that you've got those people feeling better after 5 years of a Labour government. If they fail to do that, then maybe they don't even deserve to win.
As I say, my only little worry is because, like, every question that they get asked, whether it's like when it came to the NHS and this and that and the other word statements, or when it came to PMQs, and we get whatever question, and they use the £22 billion black hole, which fair enough. I think they should do. I think they should do. Keep. Because, like, you look at the Conservatives, how many times for how many years did they use the letter in the Treasury from Liam Byrne? They used it.
They doshed it out this year.
Yeah, exactly. My only worry is that I don't want them to keep doing it.
Yep.
Because come maybe next year or the year and a half, nothing's happening. It might start to sound a little bit shallow and a little bit hollow. That's my only little worry.
It's what a battery.
No, it's not. No, that's not what a battery. It's saying that we've got.
It is. No, it is what a battery.
The Tories overpromised and underspent. Underpromised and overspent. No, overpromised and overspent. They fucked it. They fucked the economy, and Labour was picking up the price.
Graham, hear me out. Right, so I kept saying, like, how every PMQs they were referring back to, like, Jeremy Corbyn and all that sort of stuff. I'm like, oh, shut the fuck up. You're in charge, bruv. And now Keir Starmer is kind of doing the same thing to deflect from, like, what's going on right now. Just say, like, no, yeah, you did that, but we're going to do this. Instead of, like, going, we've been left with this pile of chicken shit and we're supposed to make chicken salad, just say, no, we're going to make,
I suppose, in a way, be a bit more positive as well. I suppose you can sort of like basically throw in the £22 billion, but still be a little bit more positive, I suppose, in a way. Yeah. I suppose what
Starmer's a dour man. I see him a lot like Gordon Brown compared with Tony Blair, where Tony Blair was quite inspirational for a lot of people. Like, he put forward a positive vision of Britain.
Yeah, it was somebody who
Gordon Brown. I thought he was a great chancellor, but I thought he was a shit prime minister. Not because he's a bad person.
Yeah, but he was just so fucking
miserable. Like, it didn't make anyone feel happy. You didn't watch him and go, oh, God, I feel great now.
But this is
Starmer's
what
got the same thing about it. So, like, a touch of the Eeyore about them. Just like, oh,
but
everything's a bit shit.
Graham, instead of focusing on what the last lot done, just concentrate on what you're gonna do.
Well, yeah, okay. Well, can we let them do this budget and then see where we are after that?
Right.
Because
that's what
obviously
I've been
they're going to blame
anyway.
the Tories for the disaster because they only left office 2 months ago. But like, if they're still blaming the Tories in 3 years' time, that's going to look a bit shit.
Yeah,
if they're blaming the Tories still by Christmas, I'm going to be pissed off.
Oh, come on! You can't change the country in 5 months.
No. But what I'm saying is,
two of them off.
Wheels of power take time, don't they?
No, but what I'm saying is, if you're gonna start blaming the Tories constantly, it's an excuse. It's a get out. Just ignore that. Say
it's
like,
not. It's the reality that we're living in. But we would like, them to look at the effects of Brexit as well as what the Tories have done. I want them to look into Russian interference in the Brexit fraud referendum. I want them to look at the fraud that went on during the COVID period. I want them to look at, cash for peerages or whatever the hell was going on in the House of Lords with Boris Johnson giving a peerage to his Russian mate whose dad was a KGB agent. I want them looking into all that. I don't want them to go, oh, well, it's a new day, it's a new dawn, we'll turn over a new leaf, let's forget everything.
No, but let me give you an analogy. If you buy a house that's a fixer-upper, you're not going to sit there and complain about the previous tenants. You're going to be like, no, I need to get this sorted. We go, oh, God, look at the state of that. And then we have to fix it. Yeah, but you're not blaming the people that
we are. We're like, oh God, why did they do that way? They bodged that job. Oh, bloody hell!
No, you look at it and go, I'm going to smash that out. I'm going to knock that wall through. I'm going to put a new fence in here.
Right. Power to the people. Power to the people is saying in the chat in capitals. Stop making excuses for the Tories.
I'm not making fucking excuses for the Tories.
Don't half sound like you're making. Don't half sound like you're making excuses for them. Well, I mean, Labour been in power now for 2 months. They should have sorted this all out by now.
I'm saying, just get on with it. Just fucking get on with it.
I
suppose in a way what you're saying, Wayne, is you can blame them, but just try and be a bit more positive, because it kind of reminds me of other. Remember Noreen Skinner? She does a cracking impersonation of what do you call her?
Liv Truss. Angela Rayner.
Not just her. Angela Rayner. Yeah. Where she talked about when she talked about Keir Starmer says, well, she basically said he was standing awkwardly in front of dodgy signs and this, and she basically said he would probably have apologized when he came out the womb because he looks and in a way it kind of reminds me of that, because he's not the best communicator, is he, really?
No.
Starmer?
Yeah, he's...
No. Yeah.
Or Angela Rayner?
Starmer.
No, I mean, I think, it's a problem with Labour's comms, and it's been a problem
definitely.
for a while. But at the same
maybe
time,
you should take charge of the Labour comms, Graham.
They're not interested in the Northerner like me, mate. I'm far too state educated for a job like that in this country. But yeah, a job in the media, Wayne. God. Could you imagine we let a pleb anywhere near us? Not going to happen.
Did you go to Eton, Graham?
Let's make another film about posh people. Who should we get to play everyone? Oh, we get posh people to play the posh people. Brilliant. Who will we get to direct it, edit it, and write it? Yes. Posh people. Fantastic.
Who's going to play the roles of the working class?
All right,
posh people pretending to be working class.
Here's a question.
Kill me now.
Before we wrap.
Right, we're going to wrap. Are you going to rap for us? Are you going to do the Anfield rap?
Why would I do the Anfield rap?
Because you're a massive Liverpool cop eyes. Liverpool fan. What?
Right. Anyway, Dal, if there was a film about the Politics Social, who would you want to play you?
Oh, good God. Well, that's a cracking question. Good God. I don't watch many films now. I suppose it'd be. I've forgotten the guy who played the the Prime Minister in a very British coup.
Oh, yeah. When he called Henry.
Is it Harry Pickering or?
Yeah, Harry Pickering. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to abolish second class.
Yes. But other than that, oh God, that's a cracking question. I suppose in a way, probably be Ed Edmondson.
I did. Oh, that's a good shout.
Yeah, that'll be a good shout.
That's a good fit.
I think he'll make a good go with that. I don't know how good his Yorkshire accent is though.
Great.
As far as I know, he lived in Rose in Bradford.
Yeah. Okay.
Bradford.
I'd like Karen Gillan to play me.
Really?
Yeah. Because then I might get to meet Karen Gillan.
Oh, fair play.
She's a ginge. I know she hasn't got a beard, but she could have a beard, I guess. Difficult wank. Anyway,
that would be weird.
Wayne, your turn.
I'd have to go with even though he's a little bit older than me,
Idris Elba.
Big Driss.
You want to be played by Idris Elba? Mm-hmm. You want to play by the guy that everyone wants to play James Bond?
Yeah.
Fine.
Why not?
Whatevs. Well, who would you have play Darren if you could choose someone? It can't be Ed Edmondson.
Not Ed Edmondson.
Who would you have play me?
No, right.
Carl Pinkleton. Carl Pinkleton's a bloody mank, for God's sake. He can't play a scout.
I would for Dow, I'll go Sean Bean.
Sean Bean. Nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll go with that.
Bean.
Yeah, because he gets killed in every film he's in.
Yeah. Oh, evil Wayne. Evil.
No, but
we've had
he did a cracking advert for Yorkshire.
We've had a suggestion for Wayne being played by Dame Edna Everage. But I don't think that would work because he's dead now, and he Barry Humphrey. So
yeah.
So who could we have playing Wayne in the movie of Politics Social? Suggestions in the chat.
For Graham, I'll go with Paul Hogan because Graham's basically nicked his hat.
I have nicked his hat. G'day, mate. Is he still with us, Paul Hogan, Crocodile Dundee?
Yeah.
I think he
is.
And
also he wrestled a crocodile as well, didn't he?
Yes, and he's been to every country.
No, he hasn't.
Oh no, I'm joking, you dickhead.
He wasn't even from Dundee, mate.
Why do people not get my fucking humour? Bunch of fucking cunts.
Lucy Willis is suggesting that Karen Gillan could play Dark Angel from the Marvel universe. Yeah, I'll be up for that. Well, Robert Downey Jr. is coming back as Doctor Doom, so yeah, she can come back. She's playing Nebula. But yeah, she could come back as that. That'd be cool. Alan Barker suggesting George Galloway for me. Thanks for that. Maggie Smith. Someone just said Maggie Smith.
Right. So Graham, I was talking to someone about Politics Social earlier when I was doing a job.
Yeah.
And someone said, "Why is that geezer trying to do a Galloway look?" I went, "Oh,
fuck off, fuck off!"
And I was like, "He's gonna hate that." Like...
There were different hats, you know. Jesus Christ!
Gorgeous.
Oh my God!
See, he wears a twat hat, whereas I wear a.
Would you like me to be the cat?
This is the mother of all.
You're giving me like. Darian saying Bradley Cooper would have to play Graham. Don't know about that. Toby Jones is being suggested. Andy Serkis. That's for one Aggie Pagan. Maggie Smith has been suggested. Tommy Lee Jones to play Wayne. You're going to play by Tommy Lee Jones. Barack Obama could play Wayne. Can I have Ryan Reynolds play with me? Oh, sorry, play me. Sorry, that was some puninator. Yes. And Christine Cash is asking about going to every country of the world. Says, has he? Graham should write a book about that. Should write a book about it.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, I think you should write a book about it.
Where's my fucking book? Oh, it's over there. I can't.
I also think you should do an audio of it as well.
I should do an audio, but right, I've got to tell everyone about the fact that we're doing a live show because I've got to sell some tickets.
Yeah,
well,
Graham,
it's free.
You need to refund that last super chat because that was basically a plug.
What was a plug? A book plug? What? What are you talking about?
The last super chat was basically a book plug. So you should refund that. Yeah.
There was no super chat. I was just reading out what people were saying. No one's giving a super chat.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Ernie Burns saying Rupert Grint for me. Fuck off. All due respect, Ernie, there's more to my repertoire than going whenever there's a difficult situation.
Rupert Grint's got more hair. What?
Yeah, like just discrimination against ginger people. Do we all look the same to you? Do we all look the same? Anyway,
I've noticed nobody's given suggestions for me, which is rather interesting, as you can tell, because I have a face for radio. When it came to in the chat, they all know I have a face for radio.
Chat, let's go. Right, let's have suggestions for Dow as to who would play Dow in the Politics Social.
Yeah, that'd be good. Okay, so I'm putting the link to the Eventbrite. This is for a week on Monday. It's the Labour Party conference in Liverpool. If you happen to be in Liverpool at that time, on the Monday night when there's nothing else happening, at 7:30, we're meeting in the Ship Mitre pub on Dale Street for a chat. It's going to be called Do All Roads Lead Back to Europe? It's going to be me and Femi, Mike Galsworthy, and Peter Corr of the National Rejoin March. And we'll be just having a chat in the pub. And you can join us in the pub, having a chat in the pub. 4 blokes in a pub. Please join us for that. Patrick Stewart has been suggested for Darren.
Good shout.
That's an excellent shout. Fellow Yorkshireman.
Cracking shout.
That is a fantastic shout.
What has the European Union ever done for us?
Engage.
I've got a shout for Dow.
Go on. Gary Oldman.
Catherine Tate's Derek.
Derek?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who that is.
Gay sir, me sir, how very dare you?
Patrick Stewart, yeah. We're getting some love for Patrick Stewart. Maybe Greg Davis to play Darren. Ian McKellen. Get Ian McKellen to play Darren.
If he's still alive.
He's getting some good shouts here. I got fucking
You shall not pass.
That was pretty good.
Forever now. All right, listen. Like I said, follow that Eventbrite link if it works. I don't know if they even it seems to disappear on the screen.
Where's my phone?
Automatically shrinks down, but it's in the chat. It's in the description below. Tickets are free, but you're suggested to make a donation towards our train fares getting to Liverpool. But yeah, if you want to come along, let's go and have a drink together in real life. It'll be fun. And if you're in the Northwest and it's not too far for you, and it's only 9 minutes walk from Lime Street Station. So if you're coming into Lime Street, it's just 9 minutes walk away from there. And it's a lovely walk. You get to walk past St. George's Hall, the Walk of Art Gallery, and the library and the World Museum, and the opening to the old tunnel, the Queensway Tunnel. And there's also a massive mural of Katarina Johnson Thompson, which is on the wall, on a building next to the pub that we'll be at. So, easy to find. Right. Anything else we need to say before we call it a night? A quarter to midnight? Wayne?
Oh, God, is that? No. Well,
everyone have a cracking weekend.
Yes. Yeah. Have a good weekend. Just relax.
Yeah, and
just chill. Have a day off.
Yeah. Let's go. Be good
Arsenal,
at it.
North London derby this weekend. We're a bit depleted on players. So, yeah, hopefully we can turn over the Tottenham scum. So,
that sounds like
we're at the
football, and when the football's done, we'll have some more football because football never ends.
We're at the North London version of Moss Isley.
What's this we? Why are you saying we? It's not like you play for them.
I'm a gooner.
It's like when people say we won the war. Have you seen the Doug Stanhope skit on that? Where he's like, "What we won the war?" Well, I don't remember that. I remember going out for a drink and getting some, I don't know, chicken McNuggets on the way home. I don't remember winning a war.
To be fair, this is a mood. This is a moody shirt anyway. So I didn't.
I remember when we played Arsenal at Capital Cup up at Valley Parade. Oh, what a night that was. Oh, what a night.
Is that what the song "Oh What a Night" was actually sung about?
Late December 1963.
Yeah?
We actually won on penalties. What a night. It was turned into -7 to -7 as the game turned into extra time. And you can see the
-7. You were down 7 goals.
No. The temperature.
You were a northerner. Yeah, absolute taters. And what a night that was.
What is
Parade.
What is -7 like? We don't get that in the southeast.
Oh, well, let's just put it this way. My son went to Austria and he had these skiing gloves, and I had them on, and my fingers still went numb.
You don't get decent chips down in the south either.
But what a night.
Well, because they've not got gravy on.
No, just you don't get decent chips. Come up north. Let's have a proper portion of chips.
Oh,
the shit that you have to eat, you poor bastards. No wonder you're grumpy all the time. No wonder you vote Tory.
Monday the 23rd.
No wonder you all vote Tory down there. It's because you can't get decent chips.
I swear, Graham.
23rd, Liverpool. Come meet me. Come meet Wayne. Come and meet Mike G and Femi and Peter Corr and a bunch of other people from the old Remain movement. Or was Cozy
and watch me suplex movement. Graham through a table.
What? What? Anyway, there's only 50 tickets available, so please go and get a ticket. They're free, but we need to know numbers. Okay, we've got the place all night, by the way. We've got it till 11 o'clock, and it's a real ale pub. It's boss.
Even more of an excuse to get a ticket then.
On Wednesdays, they give away. On Wednesdays, they give away free scouse at the Ship Mitre. Well, they used to.
Do you know what? Great. I might try and see if work can put me up that way, and then I'll get a hotel up there.
Okay.
And work will pay for it.
Well, just don't get a hotel. Stay at your Mars. Cheaper. And then you can go home on the ferry, cross the Mersey.
No, because I didn't have to stay in the same place as her husband. I don't really.
Oh, okay. Fuck that shit. Yeah. Okay.
I might crash there with brothers. He's up there as well.
Yeah, if you can save someone, because a lot of the hotels are taken because of the conference. So, you know. I'd invite you to crash at my mum's, but I've already invited Femi, so sorry.
All right. No, it's all right. No, my work got a bit of pull, so might be out.
Wayne, if you can make it up, seriously, then join the panel.
Yeah, I will do.
Yeah, that'd be good.
All right, fantastic.
Anyone else want to join? Anyone? You're very welcome to. We gotta get Ollie.
Yeah, we're all crashing around Gray's ass.
Yeah. No, let's just get really drunk and just let the chips fall where they may. I love doing that. The beer vortex. Just there's always a house. There's always a night party.
Absolutely.
There's always a party. There's always a party in Liverpool. Anyway, maybe not in Durham. Right. So anyway, thank you very much for watching. We'll be back on Monday morning at 9:30 with Morning Brew. So have a great weekend. Thanks very much to my guests, Wayne, and to Darren. And until next time, I'll say give us a like on the way out. And until next time, hello, good evening, welcome, and goodbye. Bye. Bye.